Should be working now. Let me just check my phone. Alright, I think it's working again. Everybody out there, it's Thunderbolt, just a random spontaneous stream. Sorry for the long delay before you actually saw anything pop up. That's because OBS was being a piece of crap. I had to play around with some of the settings. But now, I think I'm just getting a little ping saying, oh, the resolution's 908 by 512. I personally don't care. It's working now by the looks of it, so I'm just going to take that for granted. Before I start, actually talking about, the actual stream, I should make some announcements. As you all know, YouTube's currently screwing me with their new terms of service. Oh, thanks for the compliment, Ismail, for the yard photo. It's actually one of my personal favorites. But anyways, as we all know, the terms of service are going to screw me lately because of the, oh, you have to make sure it's suitable for children or stuff like that. So if you really want to help me, help support me, please check out GoFundMe down below. Link in the description. And there's also Patreon, where you can become a patron and get access to, goodies such as sneak peeks and details on future Railfan trips. Another announcement I should make: don't guarantee that I'll be out Railfanning for Sunday after. I know it's a yearly thing. I might not go out, mainly because, Amtrak, they're not really going to be using, they're going to be using the same stuff. No hippos, no arrows, just ACS 64s with mark coaches. However, I will say this: since there's the Coke ACS 64 606 running around, I guess I have no choice, so I might go out. Location will be announced in the future, probably on Patreon. So if you really want to meet up with me again during Sunday after, keep an eye out, and I'll release an announcement pretty soon. But enough of that. Let's get on with the actual stream. As the title suggests, World of Tanks were selling, the big guys at Wargaming for Blitz, they were selling the 3-pack of the Und Panzer tanks. And since I'm such a die-hard fan and I've been waiting to get one of these, I finally got all 3. And we will be we'll show you guys these in battle. They're basically the same thing as their real counterparts in the tech tree, but obviously they got the cool skin. So here's the first one, the Panzer IV Anko SP, also known as the Anglerfish. This one actually has a voice mod where it's actually the voice actors from the Japanese dub of the show calling out all the crew commands, like, track hit, stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. I wish the other two were like that. Here's another one. Here's the other one, the Kuomori Mine 212 Tiger, which is the Tiger that Miho's sister Maho drives, or at least commands. This one's kind of my favorite of the 3, and this makes my 3rd freaking Tiger one in my collection, because I have the I'm a hoarder of tanks. So I got this one. I got Tiger 131, the legend, the real celebrity of Fury. I could care less about the the one in the movie, the EZ8. And of course, there's the regular classic Tiger with something hanging out the side. So yeah, 3 Tigers in my freaking garage. I actually originally purchased the Tiger 131 because it would be the closest to the Kuomori Tiger that I thought I would get until they started selling these 3, so guess that all worked out in the end. And then here's the 3rd one, the Turtle Team Hetzer, which originally was a Panzer 38 in the first episode of the show. They upgraded it to the good old Hetzer. And this is a little thing I've noticed about the Und Panzer tanks. They look more HD compared to the other models. Like, here's an example where you kind of already saw one. Like, here's the Kuomori tiger. You can note the shininess. And then let's go to the classic tiger, and you'll notice the difference. It doesn't, I mean, it looks HD, but the Kuomori one looks a little bit cleaner. You could say the same thing about the Tiger 131. So, I don't know if they are HD or not. Maybe it's just to mimic the anime graphics. But, who cares? Without further ado, why don't I just quit talking and battle. And you've noticed there's a ×4 XP for the day. That obviously tells me there's going to be a lot of wind, because here's the thing about World of Tanks, nothing brings the window lickers out of the woodwork more than a special event where there are all kinds of goodies going around. So yeah, that obviously means bad teams. But we'll see how bad they are. Why do you think the 5s are trash? Okay, I see why they have small... They're not really trash, but the thing is, you know, they just got small cabs, and they've had a reputation of, you know... Let's not forget about Septageddon. And, Caleb, I do like... I'm not a huge... Move out of the way, dude. I'm not a huge fan of anime, but Und Panzer is definitely an exception. I mean, there's... you know, historical inaccuracies a lot, but it's cute girls and tanks. How could you go wrong? Alright, so they've taken the hill. That's a bad situation, because usually on this map, if you take the hill, you've got a strategic advantage. Until, you know, you stick your nose out too far. There's a clone over there. Alright, wait for him to pop out. That's the crew Talk was talking about earlier. I don't know why the Leopard hung around for so long, even though he emptied out his magazine. He's probably new to it. Alright, let's put a shot in Nightmare, which was that Halloween stub that they gave away during the Halloween event, which I'm beginning to miss. That was a lot of fun. Probably saw that in my last live stream. Why the ELC's over here? Usually the ELC, you play it like a hit and run. Find like a camper, sneak up behind him, shoot, and then run like a Frenchie. Because that thing's got a very low gunter first, like a tank destroyer. So in a hill operation like this, not the smartest. That was a good high roll. Well, you can only take one more hit now, but doing pretty good. Oh, fudge. That's what happens when you don't pay attention to your flanks. Oh well, back to the baseline we're running. Do you like military, Air Force, or Navy equipment? Oh yeah, of course. I've always been interested in that kind of stuff, mainly World War II related, as you can see here. Let's see, why don't we do the Hetzer next? The Turtle Team, as they call it. There's one thing that they're missing, though, that I think they should get. They should have a premium of the KV-2 that's in the show called Lucky Two-Shot. But I'm probably asking for too much, because I'm such a die-hard fan of the KV-2. Okay, yes, it never hit its target in any of the shows or films from Und Panzer, but I don't care. Just you already have the Kuomori Tiger, and you've got 2 tanks from Uwari. Why not something from Pravda? Maybe you can even do Nana's IS-2, or T-3040, or Katusha's T-3485. Unfortunately, with the other 2 Und Panzer tanks, this one and the Tiger, they don't have the crew sounds from the actual show. It's just the stock Japanese crew. But I think I might get a mod to fix that. Notice one difference, the exhaust design's different on the Und Panzer Hetzer. Don't know if that was on purpose or not. So, I'm in my natural habitat by camping. That's usually what you're supposed to do in these things. And this thing's got a really good camo. And it's also got very good frontal armor. And what I find funny is I watched this video by Lindy Beige, however you pronounce that guy's name, how he said the Hetzer was a bit of a coffin because it wasn't really that maneuverable. Yet in Watt Blitz and even the regular world tanks, its turn speed is just ridiculous. And it's actually very mobile, so I don't know where he got that from unless Watt modeled it to be very nimble for balance reasons. Ooh, and I'm getting rushed. This guy's a moron, so... Just a millisecond too late to get a shot on him. And I got a Cruiser 4 over there that's helping me out, so that's good. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can... Oh, that B1's on the other side of the dune. There's a Stuart up there. Hold still. Yeah, you son of a chicken! Oh, that 3A is trying to flank. And this thing's got like 6 millimeters of armor on the rear, so I can't have that. What is he doing? This guy's definitely either new or a moron. Damn it, didn't end. Now I've got his attention. Let's see. Ooh, that was lucky. Almost got hit there. Red zone. What? I have no idea what that Lago just typed. Just watch my flank. Ah, missed! He's obviously gonna win against me now because even though I can do more damage, he's put more hits in me. And right when I say that, I get a good shot and he bounces. Come on. Ah! Not fair. He bounced. I missed. And he missed again. And obviously he's in big trouble now. Ooh, bounced again. Yeah. he's realized that he's bit off more than he can chew because he doesn't do as much damage as I do. It's report. What? Me? Or the other? Oh, he's probably talking to the other one. Alright, you think you can be sneaky now? Nice. Alright, so that's that threat taken care of. Now we gotta take care of these guys. Knocked out his engine, and he obviously used a repair kit. I'm gonna hang low because he knows I'm here. Now he's probably ran off. Guess I gotta climb out. That M7 isn't gonna last. Yeah, he's about to get rushed, and I'm not gonna make it. Come on. Dang it. Well, this is awkward. I'm all on my own. Sneak a shot in. Yeah. You know, I might actually be able to pull this off. 3 against 1, the Kolobanov's medal. I think I can do it. I just don't need to be hit by that Hetzer, and then I'm good. Oh boy. I should probably back up a little bit more. Oh fudge. That Stewart's got me. Shoot! Well, there goes that Kolobanov medal right out the window. Dang it! So close. If I didn't miss that one shot, I would have had him. I wonder if there's a moss in Watt. Oh, well. There just so happens to be. If this would load. Yep, there's the mighty mouse. Which I'm very far away from. So, yeah, that answers your question, B&O. Yeah, they got everything. Even though this thing and this thing and this thing didn't exist. This thing was half completed. This never existed. This one existed. Doing fine, Caleb. So, yeah, that was unfortunate. Wait, how did we win that one game in the Panzer IV H? Who cares? Let's do the Kuomori one next. These are premiums, so I don't care if I get a ×4 off of them. Well, they're not really premiums, they're collectibles, because you're never going to get these again once the sale's over. Ooh, we got a KV-2. We've definitely got the advantage. We've got better alpha damage, but they've got better deep damage per minute. Because of that ARL-44 with that annoying 90mm gun. Unless he's stock, then he has that really crappy stock gun. I tell you, the ARL-44, it's a good tank, but that grind is painful. And I should know, because I have it right now. I love the Phantom, but I is un-American. I'm talking about the Jet. Which was not long ago introduced into War Thunder. Ooh, speaking of War Thunder, that reminded me. I do actually have a new computer in the mail coming. Should be arriving this Friday. It's another Dell, but it's got 16 gigabytes of RAM, almost a terabyte of hard drive space. So I should not only be able to play this with a better graphics setting, but I should also be able to download Train Z, something I've been missing out on. And yes, I will do live streams on Train Z, even though to be honest, they wouldn't be as action-packed, but you never know. Who the heck is using a leaf blower at this time of hour? It's almost dinner time. Unless that's, who I think it is. Oh, crap. No. Why didn't they come down this way? I mean, granted, I know the light tanks have a good opportunity here, but I don't see any of the others. So did they all go one way? Yeah, there we go. That's a good roll. Yeah, you know what? I think they all went the other way. Yep, here they come. Well, at my position, I should be able to get some good shots. The T-37 pokes out. There we go. Now, that's just one down. They have only taken one of ours. So, it could go either way yet. How do you do 2 damage? It's like a poke. Ooh, almost ammo-racked him. Nice. Leopard's trying so hard. I could tell it was because of that rapid bouncing. But fair play to him for trying. It's like that one Simpsons meme where it's Bart holding that cake saying, "At least you tried." Even though I never watched Simpsons. I don't know. It wasn't my thing. So they still got the Stug and the KV-1S and that one ARL. But I'm gonna put a shot at this. Yeah. Get out of my way. I took that shot for you. I'm gonna steal your kill. Alright. I'm too lazy to turn around right now because I've already got a good shot. Yeah. Come on, can we get the kill? Yeah! On a roll. That Stug's probably gonna finish off that ARL. Yeah. No, the Type 58 did. Well, it's really a T-34-85 in Chinese colors. So yeah, finally a victory for once. cool-headed, because that leopard just unloaded his whole clip in me and did absolutely nothing. And we did alright for damage. So, yeah. Didn't take long for a victory, I'm surprised. Excuse me. Let's see what we have. Typical. Oh, we got credits though, so that's good. I could use some credits. Now, I must ask to people watching the stream, there isn't an echo, right? Because I know that was a problem last time, in the last stream. So, is there really any lag? If so, then yeah, that's going to be a problem. At least Subaru didn't stop making their best video and is making garbage SUVs. Hey, Subaru actually isn't bad at SUVs. Alright, no echo? Good. Good. It's perfect. Alright, now what should we do next? Oh, I know what we can do. For those older veterans of little tanks like me, you might remember this little troll. This was another light tank, not really a light tank, well, it's on a light tank chassis, but they had this and the T40 57, whatever that other one was, for like $3. And considering I know how infamous this thing is, I couldn't resist the urge. It's basically the FCM-36 with the Pak 40, which is that deadly anti-tank gun the Germans had during World War II. It's a very good gun, does like 150 damage, which is ridiculous at tier 3. The only downside is this thing is about as slow as the T95 or the T28 super heavy tank destroyer. It is ridiculously slow, and its armor is legit paper. So yeah, those two definitely balance it out with a ridiculous gun. I think this is actually the highest damaging gun at tier 3. I could be wrong. It's definitely the most damaging. Kind of reminds me of the Cruiser 2, because on Watt PC it has that the derp gun, that 3.7-inch howitzer, which it did have in real life in some models. What's weird is War Thunder, I don't think, has the 3-inch howitzer variant of the Tekratarch, which is a little British light tank that's also in this game, but as a tier 2 rare premium. Alright, try and get a shot through here. Dang it, missed. I shouldn't be sticking out too close to the front lines like this, not with this armor. Or lack of. Like, look at how thin that is in an overhead view. That's like, there's armored cars that have thicker armor than that. But then again, it is on a tank design. This is on the chassis of a tank designed for infantry support, not tank battles. So I guess that excuses it. That 4A definitely put a good hit on me. Yeah, I'm sucking ass right now. Ooh, come on, get. Nah, but I can get that BT7. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Come on, reload. Reload faster. Get out of the way. Yeah. This is definitely French bias. Oh my goodness. Let me see. Let me check the chat. No pun intended. What the hell just hit me from the back? Probably somebody hanging around back there, so I'm gonna move. Find some cover. I want to get a shot in this Panzer. How did he bounce? Did he hit the space dog? Oh, I think I see why. Must have hit the gun barrel. because sometimes it'll ricochet off and not count as damage. And we are definitely getting our rear end handed to us. It's very inconvenient where he died, because now I gotta go all the way around. Dang it, come on! What? Oh, you... RNG just went right against me with that one. This one technically is pre-World War II, but... I mean, it did see... the FCM-36 did see World War II action, but it was absolutely terrible. So, I'm guessing it must have existed somewhere. It's definitely a French. Basically, I guess the French captured a Pak 40 German anti-tank gun and modified it. I don't know why else would be in the French tech tree. You know what? Let me look it up. The FCM-36 Pak 40. I'm gonna go on the tank encyclopedia. FCM-36 Pak 40. Alright. Global Wiki. That's one thing about World of Tanks that I like. It prompts you to research the vehicles you have and their real-life counterparts. The FCM-36 was a light infantry tank designed for the French Army pre-World War II. Had a crew of 2, a gunner, and a commander, and a driver, and was equipped with the short 37mm main armament and a 7.5mm coaxial machine gun. Power was provided by a diesel engine. The Germans captured 37 FCM-36s using the administrative Panzerkampfwagen F-37 737 FCM. In 1943, 10 of the captured were rebuilt as Marder 1 tank destroyers, which were employed by the 21st Panzer Division in the Battle of Normandy. Besides the FCM-36, Germans also used captured French vehicles for the Marder 1 conversion, the Lorraine 37L. Doesn't really say anything about this tank. Oh, so it was part of the Marder family. So, if it was made for the Germans, why is it in the French tech tree? That's weird. Oh well. French bias, that's the only explanation I can come up with. It does look extremely derpy. That's why it's got such a reputation for being so overpowered. Oh, and here's a reward tank I got because they were doing this. My clan was a part of a few tournament battles. It wasn't one of the finalists, obviously, but they were running tournament battles, and you earned Twister coins as a result of winning tournaments, certain battles against other clans. And I got enough to get this tank. It's another French bias machine. It's basically kind of like, it plays like a, it's basically another it's basically like a slower version of the AMX CDC. Really good gun, does like 200 damage a shot, maybe even more. Very maneuverable, but no armor whatsoever. It's like paper thin. So, yeah. That's that. Why don't we do some regular tanks, regular tech tree ones. Why don't we do this one? Yeah. Oh, speaking of the CDC that I was talking about earlier, there's one right there in a legendary camo. SD70 Ace or the ACU? I definitely prefer the Ace. Are you going to try and make another train crash video? There is the King's Cross documentary. It's actually coming out tomorrow. The project itself is, excuse me. It's about 50% complete. I just needed to get the, I got everything up toward the, just before the aftermath, and I'm about to start the investigation part of the video, so yeah, it's definitely 50% complete. It's not really a derailment, so to speak, but the story behind it is very, very interesting. I think you guys might like. Plus, when I saw the Seconds from Disaster episode on it, I was intrigued, very intrigued, and also kind of saddened because it was a very tragic incident that nobody could have expected. Was gonna go into the city, but since I was gonna be the only one there, I thought that'd be pretty stupid. Seems like that was a good idea because everybody else is over here, even the enemy. Come on! Oh, I just missed his roof line, which only has like 60 millimeters. I can't pen him from the front for anything, but everybody else can. That Tiger 2 is going to get finished off, so I might as well just move up anyway. Have you played WoW? No. Why the heck not? I don't know if you mean World of Warcraft or World of Warships. I have played World of Warships. It's a very good game. I love the custom soundtrack option. I just use it to play my own tunes, like from Hexic HD, which was an old Xbox game I used to play. The only problem is it demands a lot from your computer, so that's why I might reinstall it on my new computer that's coming in the mail soon. Nice. But I haven't played World of Warcraft. No, I'm not into that fantasy crap. That tank is nice. Yes, it is. I mean, it is a blueprint vehicle, as you would call it, but I don't care. As long as it gets me to the Moss, why not? As well as its brother, blueprint brother, the Moss Shen, whatever the heck that was. And before you ask how the Moss plays in World of Tanks, since obviously it does exist in this game, the gun is garbage, but its armor is ridiculous, and it has the highest amount of hit points in the game. I think it's 3,000. So, yeah, it takes a lot to kill it. This new gun that I also just got for this thing is really good, as you can see. Come on, let me see if I can finish him off. Yes! Final blow. That was epic. The Moss is OP. So it was half the Russian BB tech tree. I honestly would disagree to an extent. Like, I'll show you. I mean, there's a lot of these did exist. The ISU 152, that obviously existed. These things, well, I know the 54 existed. I don't know about the 101. This one, I think, was a prototype to something. The T-62A, there's like 1,000 of them still around, mainly in the Middle East. The T-44 did exist, so did the T-54. There's like a million of them. Well, not really a million, there were like 70,000. The IS-8, that was a prototype. The IS-7 did exist, but it was only like less than 13 of them were ever made, because it was a bit of a disaster. The IS-4, a handful of them were built. This thing was a prototype to the, I think it was the IS-6? I don't know. But, yeah. Where was I going with that again? I don't know. I don't know who that is. Alright, why don't we keep up with the Wereaboo legend stuff with the King Tiger. Speaking of the King Tiger, the Death Toaster. What do you mean by the Death Toaster? I don't know what that is. Have you seen the P1000 mod? That thing is huge. Oh yeah, that thing. That thing actually was under construction during the war, but it was canceled in 1943 by Albert Speer because he was like, yeah, there's no way we can build this thing. There's no way, no way. But if it was built, we would all be speaking German by now. I would too, because my parents were both European, my dad being English and my mom being Italian. Well, I could be speaking Italian if the P1000 was built, because after all, Germany and Italy were allies, even though most Italian civilians after, I'd say 1942, were technically not on the Axis side. That's an uncommon thing. A lot of people think the reason why the Italians switched sides was because, we knew we were going to lose. Technically, it was actually because we were forced to be on the German side, because technically, during World War II, we were on the Allied side. The only problem was we had Mussolini, who said otherwise. We couldn't do anything to counter that, so, yeah. In fact, I remember during one of the Italian beach landings, Italian citizens legit welcomed American forces, and they're like, aren't you guys supposed to be on the other side? Oh no, technically we're on your side. Their dictator is just an idiot. My grandfather was, in the military during World War II. He was a submarine commander. Well, not really commander, he was a submarine crewman. And he knew we would lose against the Americans, so what his crew would do is basically play dead, shut the engines off, and just pray to God that they didn't get depth charged. And then later, after the war, he became a ship welder, and his boss happened to be a fascist sympathizer, saying, "Oh, we should have had Mussolini stay in power because we could have won the war." And what did my grandfather do to the fascist boss? Punch him right in the face. He only got like a little bit of I think it was like a week of suspension from work for hitting the boss in the freaking face. Oh, jeez. And I think it was my grand uncle who was a guard for the Italian king that was ousted by Mussolini. So, yeah, my family, we were definitely strongly against the good old Mussolini. Oh, man. I know I got my rear end kicked while I was running my mouth, but, I like to show off my family history. So, but then you're probably wondering, why do I have mostly Russian tanks in my garage if I'm not Russian at all? I don't know. I know my uncle's wife, she was Russian, and her father was a tank driver for the T-34. It's not because they're biased. Russian bias was written out of the dictionary long after World of Tanks was updated so often. And a funny thing about the T-34 is, in order to be a driver, he had to be super, super short because, well, there's like no room. I could show you an example right here. See, look at, like, there's like no space. There would be like little space. And let's not forget the gears are very, very cranky. So a lot of Russian crews, you need a hammer to change gears. And a lot of crews actually did that. So, while we're still on the topic of Russian tanks, let's use the Su-152. Okay, yes, I know it's technically Soviet Russia. It's, you know, they're Soviet tanks. They're not really Russian, but they were both the same country, so whatever. Russia definitely makes good tanks. Yes, they do. I mean, that's the thing people say. Like, they say, oh, the T-34 was crap because of its, you know, armor and the fact that it was very unreliable. This is a little bit of a funny thing. It's basically a difference between Western ideas of quality and the Russian idea of quality. Westerners like, Jesus, where'd you come from? Russian idea of quality is basically. Let me rephrase that. Our style of quality in the West is something that's built to last and is going to run forever. Russian quality is something that's very easily fixable. And for those of you that's heard of the Bovington Tank Museum, there's a very funny story the museum director once told. He had a friend that was staying in Russia, and he was asking his Russian friend, what kind of a washing machine should I buy? And the guy said, yes, you need this type of washing machine. So the guy buys the washing machine, and within a few months, it breaks down. So he complains, going, what the hell was this? You gave me a piece of junk. It broke down after a few months. And the Russian friend was like, yes, it did break down after a few months, but it's very easy to fix. And then you got the Chinese idea of quality, where it's something that is not going to last, is easily going to break down, and you can't easily repair it. You got to buy a whole new product. That's product placement nowadays anyway. I mean, look at the American Signal Corporation sirens. Those things are starting to lose quality lately, even though they're still technically American-made. That's a good shot right in the turret. Russian tanks are old and reliable like Toyota. Not really. Like I said, Russian tanks, like, they won't, I mean, on the T-34, you may have a track break every couple of miles, but, you know, it's still easily fixable with a hammer and chisel. Japanese cars, like the Toyota, for example, you just can't kill them. And worst comes to shove, if it does break down, very easy to fix. The same thing goes with Honda cars and Nissan. A lot of the Japanese cars are just ridiculously reliable and easy to fix. And that's the sad thing, though. I was going to get a Honda CR-V, a 2010, as my original car, but the alternator blew up, and when your alternator goes... one shot. When your alternator goes in your car, it's done for. No way you're going to fix it. So I got a Hyundai instead, which is Korean, which is good, but it doesn't have the same reliability. Uh-oh. Bad news for you, friend. Oh, I thought I could pen it with AP. Oh well. That LTTP is going to cause him a lot of issues, so... yeah, turn him around. That's it. Boom. I should have used AP. Actually, I wouldn't have penned even with AP, whatever. He's freaking out. I can tell the way his turret keeps moving. Oh, missed. This thing's got a pretty quick reload, but it's not going to be quick enough. So let's just ram him. Oh, not enough! 3 hit point difference. I would have almost gotten him with the ram. I like the Nissan Skyline GTR R32. Ooh, 100% crew. Sweet. Now I can play this in ranked battles. Or, not ranked battles, I know they're rating battles, but, you know, the same thing. Let me check, is that actually one of my missions? No, it's not. I bet I might as well, before I start this tank, there's a little funny thing about this camo here. Basically, back in last years of World War II, the Germans were running out of everything, even paint. So this camouflage pattern is basically undercoat, which is the pink stuff right here, or red, whatever you want to call it, and then the primer, which is this stuff right here with a hasty camouflage pattern splattered all over it. That's kind of what I did with the St. Emil here, because it was a late war tank, so I kind of, you know, simulated what a camo job would be on it if it was produced in 1945. And there's a Panther at Bovington, it was a British Panther that was, half produced by the Germans and the British, that has a similar camo style. So that's probably where they got the idea. What is the worst tank you have? That's a good one. I don't know. I'll have to check. Let's need a P1000 as a premium tank. Yes, they should do that for like an April Fool's joke. That I think World of Tanks PC did that once, like years ago. Excuse me. And you could play it in a certain battle mode. I don't know if that was a mod or not. But I remember that one April Fool's joke long ago. The 8-bit Carl April Fool's joke. That was like 2015 or something. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. I miss that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up World of Tanks Carl, and you'll know what I'm talking about. Alright, oh dear. Ouch! I'm gonna get rushed. Why did I come down this way? Yep, I'm all alone against half the enemy team. This happens every freaking battle. And this Easy 8's gonna kill me if I can get a shot on him. Happens every battle. All the allies are just jerking off over here, and then I'm left to face half the enemy team. Every freaking time. Excuse me. Almost dented my mic when I did that. Now, worst tank. Worst tank in my garage. I don't really have a bad tank in my garage at the moment. So, but when it comes to worst tanks I've had, you know, in the past, I think I can find one. We go to tier and let me check around, because I know I had some tanks that were absolutely terrible. Let me uncheck this. I've had some real stinkers in my garage. The M5A1 Stewart, that's one of them. That was a terrible grind. What else? The Electo, I didn't really have much fun with that one. Yeah, I didn't really have too many stinkers, but the two I just pointed out earlier, those were definitely a pain. But when it comes in terms of, like, upgrade-wise, this thing is a pain because of the gun I have on it right now. And it's going to take me forever to get the tier 10 gun on this thing. So, yeah. From past experiences on regular World of Tanks, I avoid some of the worst tanks I've ever bought, like the M3 Lee, for example. So, alright. What should I do next? Why don't we do the lightweight? Have some fun. These Russian light tanks, and a lot of light tanks in general, are pretty fun to play. I mean, it takes a while to get used to how to play them, but trust me, they're worth it. Now, for those of you that are on Discord, if you are a first-class admin, or even a second-class admin, or even a Patron or GoFundMe donor, you can actually join the voice chat on my Discord server. Just find the one that says recording/streaming, and then you can participate in a voice chat with me. I just read up that the Russian T-80 tank is considered the worst tank ever built. I would doubt that. There's definitely been some worse tanks ever built. Like the Bob Semple tank. Ugh, that was a disaster. And the T-80 thing you read, that was probably just propaganda. Because there's been some worse tanks besides the T-80. Bob Semple tank is one. It's another really crappy tank that was built. I'm trying to think of one off the top of my head. Oh, the T-35, the Russian battleship tank with like 5 turrets. Ugh, that was an embarrassment. Most of them destroyed themselves not by enemy fire, but by freaking their crappy engines because they were so overweight and had armor that was like 20 millimeters thin. Oh, and then there's also the German variant called the noob. It's on War Thunder. Actually, both the T-35 and the noob, whatever the name is also. Yeah, they both suck. The M3 Lee is another one that I hate. On this game, it's a rare collectible, but I don't know why you would want to collect something that sucks so bad. Whee! Totally worth it. We knew we were gonna lose, so that's why I just said screw it and just went along with it.
Of the Lee, I've heard the Russians call it a coffin for 7 mothers.
Oh, the M3 Lee? Yes, indeed. That's Baxter in Ohio that you hear, if you can hear him.
Hello.
So, yeah,
Hello.
I mean, isn't really confirmed. I haven't found any confirming sources if the Russians actually called it the coffin for 7 brothers, but, you know, I wouldn't blame them. Because they said it was but I've heard a lot of articles from Russia just talking badly about it, about how it was useless against German tanks like Panzer IVs, Panthers, Tigers, Elephants, whatever. And then you also got, they did love the Sherman. The Russians loved the Sherman during the Lend-Lease. And that's the thing that pisses me off. A lot of people say the Sherman was a bad tank. It really wasn't. Because they say, I mean, some people crap on it because it's got a radial gas engine. I think it's the same that's found on certain bombers. But the thing is, a lot of tanks in World War II had gas engines, even the Tiger. The only problem the Sherman had was really in Europe because of its lack of armor and its underpowered gun until they upgraded it to models like the EZ-8 where it had a long-barreled 75. And then you also got the Firefly, which is the best Sherman model ever made, even though its cannon breech is ridiculously huge. And then another thing is, a war study done after the war found that usually Americans would lose 0.7 of a person per killed Sherman, especially after they fixed the loader hatch issue. And in 1943, Shermans were equipped with spring-loaded hatches, so you didn't have to fight the full weight of the hatch. You would just, you pull the lock out, push the hatch up with the spring, and then, boink, up you go. It's like you jump out like a rabbit. Try doing that in a T-34. It won't work. And even some of the German tanks, like the Panther, were hard to get out, because with the Panther, if you watch Chieftain on YouTube, you have to crank the hatch open with a little crank thing inside, right by the commander's cupola. Then you got to push the hatch open, get the periscope out of the way, and then jump out. That takes like a good minute. And I think tanks usually have, in the U.S., a tank needs to be to have a crew bail out faster than like 30 seconds. I'll have to turn my volume up on Discord because it's really low on my end.
No, not entirely. May not be entirely. It kind of looks, but instead of gun, maybe vehicle, but instead of gun, instead of like a gigantic, it has gun. And the only reason why it was never so much combat was time of the Luftwaffe was basically.
Yeah, exactly.
itself in the field.
Yeah.
It's actually really sad because cool vehicle.
Yeah.
Of course,
Also, there's this video from a potential history about a funny idea on how, I'm getting a phone call. I'll answer it later. But anyways, there's a funny little story about in the British headquarters on how they managed to build the Firefly. It's like, sir, the 17-pounder won't fit. Put it in sideways. The radio won't fit. Cut a hole in the back and have it stick out the back. The engine's no good. Get 5 car engines and put them together. And that's true. It had like 5, like, what, Cadillac V8s or something? And it worked. Don't get me wrong, it worked, but it's just ridiculous. Oh, and let's not forget the comically huge gun breech the 17-pounders had. So it was very, very cramped inside the turret, and then you got the giant British radio at the back. But I still consider the Firefly as the best model of the Sherman. And then there's the problem, and speaking of like the Sherman, that's another problem with the Fury movie. It makes it look like that we didn't care about our crews. Oh, that's a PD-44 Pantera. I am screwed. He's got that quick reloading autoloader. I am gonna get swarmed. Come on, 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 come on. Come on, just one more shot. Line it up. Yes! There's that SU. Oh, he's got me. Come on, back up, back up, back up, back up, back up. Ooh, he missed. He missed. He missed. He missed. Get over here. Get over here. Yes. Come on. Just reload. Reload faster. Reload faster. Reload faster. Let me turn out my Discord volume, because that is really, really quiet on my end. There. That seems to be a little better. What was your favorite again, Bastard?
Well, it's one of my favorites, but it's the Soviet T7.
The T... what?
The B7.
The T7?
The BT7.
Oh, the BT7, the sports car tank.
Yes.
That thing's hilarious. I remember I grinded through that little thing.
Oh my.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I like them because of how fast they are.
Oh yeah. I mean, it wasn't really used for its full potential, as it was mainly used as a defensive weapon because of the situation Russia found itself in. But in an offensive role, like against the Japanese, it was ridiculous.
Ooh.
So yeah. Now, what was I talking about earlier? Oh yeah, I was crapping on Fury. The main problem I had with Fury is, you know, like the tiger scene, for example. I mean, you've got all 4 Shermans, and they're all acting like they had short 75 millimeters, like the other 2 that were in the platoon. But the problem is, Fury's got that long-barreled 75. What should have happened is, the rest of the Shermans would stay back, Fury would go out and use the long-barreled 75, which has more than enough to go through the front of a Tiger, and then just take it out, and then they'd be on their way. And also, another problem is how it started. Every ambush from the Germans that I've at least remembered, especially for Tiger crews, because they usually weren't inexperienced like that, even if he was green, they would shoot the leading vehicle. And it kind of reminds me of this, basically, it's just like the ambush Michael Wittmann used in a little village called Villers-Bocage, where he took out the leading vehicle of a British convoy, took out the rear vehicle, and then just killed as many as he could in the middle, and then ran away. But that's Hollywood for you.
Yeah,
that's another reason why I mean, I was really excited about Fury, because we don't really usually get a lot of tank movies, except in Russia, where there's quite a number of them, which are actually really good. But but when I actually saw Fury, I was very disappointed. You know, with all the inaccuracy. I mean, the first bit was good. The first part of the movie was very good. But it was right. But then the tiger scene, it was a little iffy. I mean, I liked that it was a real tiger, but it was still pretty bad. But when I got to the ending, I was so pissed. I was just disgusted. But, oh well. Enough movie ranting and historical accuracy crap. What else should I run? Let me check my chat real quick.
Not sure if this is in the game,
Michael
but I saw
Fitbit. I didn't say Michael Fitbit. I said Michael Vittman.
I saw a tank that looked exactly like the car from Initial D.
Which one?
I don't know. I don't remember. It was a long time ago, but it, like, looked exactly car.
I see. Let me use this ridiculous tank destroyer that looks like a Sturm Tiger. I only bought it because its front plow on the front is almost impenetrable. It's basically like 200 millimeters of spaced armor. And its gun is, like I said, pretty comparable to the Sturm Tiger in terms of looks, but not power. Because then that'd be overpowered. I mean, it looks stupid with its fantasy design, but eh. I just bought it because armor. Yeah, everyone else is going this way. I might as well go with them. Excuse me. I like how the fans spin on the back. A lot of models lack that. It's kind of like how, on some DC model trains, how like on my SDP-45 the fans don't move even when you're moving it, but if you have a DCC model they do. At least I think.
I never had a model set that had DCC.
I'm sticking with DC for now because it's easier and it's also cheaper. But I do feel like in the future, if I expand, I might do DCC.
I'm just upgrading. I'm just actually upgrading.
You're just upgrading to DCC?
Yeah, but yesterday I had a bit of a hiccup as kind of orders the last. We were flying Joe, but instead we got a Jeep.
Okay.
Yeah, so we had to go back. So we had to go back.
That guy's loading it. Alright, I'm gonna squeeze right by him and then take a flanking position. The M6 hasn't run anybody yet. Yeah, I think they're all here. Sweet. Alright. Using the right on this Y5. Boom! Nice. Alright, waggle so they can't hit this weak spot. Trick up there. That Y5 probably just got scared when I popped up right behind him. Alright, that's T-43. He's a one-shot kill. Excuse me, what? You know what? I gotta use the plow someday. Oh, missed. Oh, great. Now look at what I've done. Yeah, this was a stupid idea. Now you kill him. Bit late, you freaking moron. Oh, my computer just decided to have a stroke for a second.
My computer does that sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting this replaced in the future anyway with a newer high-end one, so...
I'm kind of well, my even though it
You what?
I have a laptop, HP Omen laptop, which sometimes to add even though it's somewhat designed, but sometimes like
I don't know.
yeah, yeah, it's a good computer, but speaker harsh like point where you driver then it has no audio.
Hmm.
So I have to stick with a whenever Windows update, I and it wants to install a brand new sound driver, I whenever it does that, I get no audio on my so I have to manually so Windows I had to install less well I had to install another driver because
Yeah.
work.
And again, nobody's going city, which is not good, so I guess I gotta go follow everybody else. And great, I'm spotted already. It's not gonna be good. Yep, somebody's in the middle of B. I'm not sticking around to find out because then I'll get like double teamed by like 3 heavy tanks. Yep, here we go. Shoot. Neck. Got a pain back there. Alright, I'm gonna stay right here until I see something. Hello. There's that M6. Keep me through. What are you doing? Yes. After all, it's the tank that scared the West so much for like 20 years, it's ridiculous. Maybe not 20.
Well,
Right in the tree. Oop, I think I saw a tree fall. Or I'm just paranoid. Alright, that KB3 needs help. Where's he facing? Great. On. With turret ring. There we go. Yeah! Perfect. Oh, shoot! Go. No. No, 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 no. Hope you're happy, KB3, I'm taking all these shots for you, you idiot.
that kind of reminds me,
WZ, hurry up with that reload, jeez. I'm about to die.
that kind of
Is
reminds
that all you could do? Serious? Oh my goodness.
That kind of reminds me, like, I'm always put on that,
Hmm.
because I'm not that good myself.
Hmm.
But I'm getting on the losing side. Well, Black Ops 2 that was hacked. Black Ops 2.
Oh, I'm lagging. Oh, crap. Dang it!
That's the thing about it. Black Ops.
Wait, what were you talking about earlier? Black Ops?
I was talking about my experience in college. There, the thing about it is, I kind of prefer the multiplayer in Black Ops rather than Black Ops. BO great, don't
What?
get me wrong, but filled with so many sniper tryhards and hacks that
Oh yeah, that's what happens with all the older CODs.
yeah.
Also,
well,
is it
Black
just me
Ops-
or is your mic like really, really quiet?
Oh, my microphone is trash. Yeah, I have a pair of earbuds on.
Yeah, because let me
On
see
my
if I can fix that. Hold on. Let me lower the in-game volume just a little bit, and then I can... That might work. Alright.
Another thing I like about Black Ops 1 is that the snipers aren't that good because I'm not a very myself, so I usually like to
Well, that's bad for
try.
me, because I like to snipe too.
Ooh, yeah, but you don't see as sweaty snipers try hard in Black Ops. Sniper, the maps are not very sniper in Black Ops. Don't get me wrong. Good sniper, but that's
Why are a lot of people leaving? What the heck? This is most... yes, this is different from most of my content. Do you have the Panzer IV H? No, I sadly did not get it before they modify... it's actually a rare collectible tank. I know someone who owns it, but I don't have access to his account. I mean, that's illegal after all, anyway. It's still very good in that... it's still very good, but I wish I could have... Oh, 2 American bias light tanks. Great. Great. That's all I need. And nobody's here. They're all camping by spawn. Ugh. Freaking morons. Oh, now I got an IS-3 in my way. Move. If I can get a shot, I'll dive down to the beach. Or I cannot get a locked target. Come on!
Meanwhile, Gary's.
I guess I gotta go. Because I couldn't get a freaking shot. And now my A key is not responding, so this is lovely. Bias machine. No, you got the wrong rebel. Where do you think you're going? Huh? Yeah, where do you think you're going? Gold noob. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes! Another bloody camper. Let me just fix this A key real quick. Is it working now? Somewhat.
I'm too that's accepted by a
You got what?
in Gary's mod that I'm playing right
Hmm.
I've got a street that's separated by a reservoir. I've got Soviet tanks on one side, along with Soviet German on the other side. Along
Two front four.
Yeah, along with a few German. You know this.
Yeah, we're going high tier for once. Ooh, sick camo. Union Jack on the top of the turret. A little funny story about the Chieftain. I remember Jingles was telling about it in a video about the tank museum. The Chieftain was at the time one of the most powerful main battle tanks at the time, which it held until the Leopard came into view, the Germans. But the thing is, there was one main problem with the Chieftain. The gun was great. The The armor was top-notch, especially on the front, if you could go into a hull-down position. Unfortunately, when it came to mobility, it was a bit of a dog. Because it had one of those multi-fuel engines, and a little 101 about multi-fuel engines: if you're designing an engine to run on multiple fuels, there's a good chance it ain't gonna work with any of them. And that's exactly the case with the Chieftain. It was mainly used with diesel fuel, and another problem was it wasn't that easy to change what fuel you poured it into. It's not like you flick the switch and then you pour something like cooking oil or something else. It takes British engineers almost 8 hours to change a vehicle to run on a different fuel. So that's why they use nothing but diesel fuel.
Wow.
Nothing I can penetrate. Lovely. Why? Wish I had enough free XP to get rid of this stock gun and get something better like the tier 10. Or I could just use HE. And aim. Look at that. Another 0-7 loss in the works. I can already tell. Dead, and I'm about to... Ooh, that was close. Oh, come on! How could he hit me from there? Oh yeah, how can I do that when everybody can pen me and not, I can't pen anything? Jeez. Why don't we use one of my other Tigers, the 131 this time, which is still in operation at Bovington Tank Museum. That's the thing, if I go to the UK, not only would I check out the heritage railroads there, I definitely want to go to the Bovington Tank Museum, just to see Tiger 131 in person, just see how big it actually is. I probably want to go there when they're doing Tiger Day. Or even, what is it, Tank Fest, that's the other event that they host. Because then I can actually get to hear that thing's engine. Probably side scrape somewhere along here. There, that's pretty good. Wir haben sie böse erwischt. We get another shot. Nah, he ran off. Bastard. Ooh, that flank ain't looking good. Right, I think I need to push. Really? My freaking ammo? Ah! Missed again. At least he missed too. Just hope those guys on the other side can hold out for just a little bit longer. Where are you going, Churchill?
Wow.
Oh, they're taking the advantage now. Oh my... So annoying. For Pete's sake. Yeah, go on, just kill me. You know you're gonna win. Frickin' French bias fake machine that never existed. Oh yeah, now I get some damage. About time, but it's too frickin' late. Another 0-7. embarrassing. Well, that guy was very rude. Probably from that tier 9 match. Because he's mad that I did more damage than him. It is a rage game. It seriously is.
Black Ops.
Black Ops ain't really that bad, though. I have the original Black Ops on, I have a PS3 copy of it.
But Black Ops 2?
Oh, Black Ops 2 sucks. It's another propaganda. That's the thing I hate about it. After most of the Call of Duties, after World at War, like Call of Duty Modern Warfare and everything after Modern Warfare 3, it's all propaganda crap.
I like it because it's fun, but and also
the one thing I like though about the Black Ops campaign is the Reznov mission. That's really, really cool.
Oh yeah.
Because Reznov is the most badass character of the whole franchise. In fact, I often mutter some of his lines whenever I'm bored. Especially the one from Black Ops where it's like, Dragovich, Kravchenko, Steiner, all must die.
Yeah, but the really thing that sucks about Black Ops player, because it's not that...
The multiplayer?
Well, yeah, well, some of them of the weapons are unbalanced, but it's mostly hacker.
Oh yeah, that's why I think in Call of Duty, it was World at War, I think there's a setting where you can, you know, block modded servers, and I've never really came with a hack. I've actually never encountered a hacker ever since changing the settings. But let me tell you, the ones I did find when I first started playing World at War multiplayer were all gay. It was disgusting. And they thought it was funny too.
You have the
Rear end shot. Oh, look at that. Our other flank has just fell, and we haven't even killed anybody yet. And I'm probably going to be the only one to get a kill. Yep. Typical. Typical, typical, typical.
Then again, I think my favorite in World War there has to be Day of, because
Day of Infamy?
yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's just World War II.
Yeah.
There's just side and pretty ballistic. Yeah.
Yeah, another pointless carry, and I'm just waiting to die. You're not gonna get to me soon, IS-3 Bear. Just kill this one. T-26, yeah. Another carry. At least get to take one. T-23 is just raging. My goodness. Look at that. Top damage. Only one to get a single kill. This game is... See, that is exactly why I titled it as Girls and Panzer and Idiot Teams, because that's exactly what I expected. Nothing brings the window lickers out of the woodwork more than a special event where there's all kinds of goodies. I'm gonna give the Black Prince a try. It's one of my newer tanks I just bought. It also comes with a couple interesting things that you wouldn't really find on many other tanks. Ooh, Faust. This is one of my favorite maps. Automatic fire extinguisher consumer automatically puts the fire out. Well, haven't I ever seen one? this consumable here, this is reactive armor, makes my armor much thicker for whatever reason, however it does that. And then this is an enhanced speed boost. Let me tell you, tanks like this thing definitely need it, as this thing is a pig. Oh, speaking of pigs, everybody's going one way, and I feel like I'm gonna have to face half the enemy team. But at least, you know, as long as they're mostly on that side, which is not the case, it won't be too bad. And I can just flank around as soon as I get the smasher. As soon as he pops out again, I'm putting the armor thing on. Oh, great. Yeah, here we go. Come on, turn! Jeez. Oh, he missed. He missed. Good, 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 good. This thing's got a really quick firing gun.
We hit them hard.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
Enemy armor is
Come on,
damaged.
come on, come on, come on.
We're immobilized. Punched right through their armor. The truck is damaged. Nice shot.
Fuck! I knew it was gonna happen. Almost got him too. Just needed one more shot. Of course, everybody's leaving because they'd rather be interested in documentaries, because that's all they come to my channel for. I mean, I like the popularity, but at the same time, it's really, I really wish, you know, they would they'd check out my other stuff too.
I appreciate some of the real. It's just, I don't know, some oversaturated.
Yeah.
But I mostly check out the Steam videos.
Oh, like
because
the
611
like
and the,
yeah, like the
and
611
the 40.
videos. Oh yeah, I was expecting a lot, and they still pulled in like average views for the premiere.
Yeah, because the thing is that
I know, I definitely know the first 611 video I released.
I wonder
Actually,
whatever happened to the tornado siren videos.
Oh, I used to do that, but I might do at least one more, because I might catch the one, because I know December is coming up. In June and December, my plant does a full 3-minute alert test, which is the signal they would use if the plant were about to go boom, while every other test is just a 30-second growl, as they call it. So I might, since I'll be driving by then, I might try and see if I can make it to one of those tests. I'll probably do the one at the old Arrowhead High School, which is no longer, it's been the school's been closed, but I can still get in the parking lot and nobody will care.
Wait, so it's just an abandoned school?
It's technically abandoned for now. Until they figure out what they're gonna do to it, turn into an office building, or even worse, tear it down and put a bunch of townhouses in it. Which I hope the latter doesn't happen, because the more townhouses you put in, the more stop signs you're gonna put up, and more moron drivers that can't drive to save a life. And that's exactly what they're trying to do with the golf course right behind my house, which right now is quiet. The only time the quiet gets shattered is if the fire siren nearby goes off, or if if I hear something like 25T going through Abrams at like 10 o'clock at night. And then there's also like no traffic. It's not like Egypt Road, which I used to live near. I couldn't sleep when I was living by that place. Right now the traffic's quiet, so that's exactly why I want to keep it that way. Rail traffic, obviously not, because you got Norristown, but car traffic-wise, it's perfect. It's, you know, not much.
Well, around my area, even though I'm about a 15-minute drive back, I still hear.
Bad spot.
Yeah, even though I have a, I still train. You could read why, because my brother actually told me that a guy in the neighborhood fitted his this car.
He did what?
A guy, well, my brother told me that a guy that actually fitted a train horn to his car.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Holy
That's
crap!
and I think that's what I hear. I don't know. Sometimes.
How did he bounce me? This thing's got less armor than a car.
Trying to.
Alright,
I'm trying
I'm
to
gonna get out of here. Or I could just not give a crap. Chew on that one, Ivan. And I wish my A key would freaking work.
Meanwhile, I'm busy playing possibly the sweatiest try-hard game in CS:GO.
Crush, run across. No. Come on. Oh crap. Bad idea. Son of a bitch. Yep, typical. Another freaking. Nothing but window lickers. This absolutely just freaking pisses me off. Who's got an echo going on? No, I didn't want to. No, don't open Windows Explorer. You're gonna make my hard drive explode. I don't even use it. No, just close. Jeez. Somebody got an echo going on, or is that just me?
Oh,
It was me.
Oh,
Got it now.
thanks.
Mhm.
Oh, everything's freezing now. Yep, that's what happens when you accidentally click on something. You know, I'm just gonna close Task Manager because it's just freezing my computer.
well, but sweatiest try-hard game in CS:GO.
Oh, don't get me started. CSGO's just meh.
Yeah, it's all the competitive players that so try hard, and all the little kids on there that go.
It's mostly little kids too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why isn't this thing keep working? Why are you going at it? Oh, I understand why he's complaining. I'm not even camping myself. How did he get all the way over there so fast? Oh, I think I see. Everybody's legit camping. That's funny. Yep, they went city. He's right. Of course, my A key I'm about ready to smash because it's not freaking working. Great, I guess I gotta do the job of a light tank because they'll be spotting them. Now this thing does have upgrades to Panther, but I don't bother because it looks stupid and they don't change this thing that much, so I like to keep it historical. Oh, another lag. Great. My ping just shot up. Come on, line up. Nah, he's dead anyway. Gonna get that IS. Gonna get him. Nice. Alright, he sees me, so it's my time to move. Yep. Let's move.
That guy killed me with a pistol. Yeah. Yeah, I had. That's the thing I don't like about Counter-Strike. The weapons are so inaccurate because unless you're you snipe an AUG or an S. At all your
Ooh, he's got the top gun too. I'm not gonna pop out, I'm just gonna let him wait for me to pop out again.
Of course, I'm at the bottom barrel. Of course.
Didn't
And
leave
you
my
get
shot.
shot.
That was stupid.
Attacked.
Alright, he's gone. Is that Emil still looking toward my direction? No, he's not. Alright, time to make my move. Oh, he's all the way over there. He got smart. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Oh, great. It was a trap, because there's that SU-100. And this freaking cable work! Oh, my game's freezing again. Lovely. Gosh, I hate this computer. I can't wait to throw it in the trash when I'm done with it. Alright, that's a
Alright,
win.
I'm rushing.
Wait, someone say they have a question?
No,
Well, that's why the A key's starting to stop working. The tape's coming off that I had on it. Stupid Chinese piece of crap. Come on. Get in there.
Oh. No, that's like probably.
Alright, is it working now? Yes, it appears to be. Yep, I hope you're enjoying the rage, guys, because this game just seriously pissing me off.
Fuck. That dude was in a corner and popped me eagle.
Just give me a second.
AFK and still at spawn.
Alright, why don't we go for this thing? Because I need to get some work done on it. Where's my drink? Well, I forgot. It's getting dark already. It's like 4:46 here. What time is it in your guys' time zones? I know, bastards, yours is the exact same time as mine.
I think it's 3:46. I can't really tell.
It's 4:46 here where I am. But B&O, he's in the same time zone as I am. Ooh, there's one of those girls in Panzer, Panzer IVs.
Time to roll out.
Alright.
Sweat.
I don't know why the chat's like nothing's coming up in it all of a sudden.
Usually I
hope my stream will
usually,
just die. It's 4:46 where you are, Thomas and Lionel. Alright. It's 3:47 where you are, Audrey. Alright. Gives me an idea of what the area you guys are at. Why am I just sitting here like this? Nothing coming down here. Oh, that answers my question on where they are. What the heck's going on in the background over there?
Like
Is that you,
from
B&O?
30 to 12.
Not sure.
No one like that should finish
Because
now.
nothing is coming up on my Discord.
It's coming up on my end. Ooh, hello.
I'm not sure.
Already gotta move up then. Go to the, Stuart still up there? No, he's gone.
Enemy is hit.
Oh, fudge.
Target.
Oh, crap. Crap, 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 crap.
Penetration. We're immobilized.
Oh, that game is gonna wreck. Oh, no.
Vehicle destroyed.
Oh, that was a bad position I got myself in. Let me show you guys the nightmare. You can take a look at this skin here. I should load some HE in it, because sometimes it won't pen with heat. Let's see, maybe a little bit more. There we go. It's pretty cool. Alright, it's this map, so I'm gonna... do I wanna...
Let's get this show on the
I don't know if I
road.
want it. Everybody else is going there, so I might as well. Because when I sit back here, there's nothing I can shoot at if they don't push the hill, so...
Oh, yeah, the hill is.
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like I said in the beginning of the stream, this map, it has a strategic point. And they've obviously got it, because our Covenator was a freaking coward.
Oh, yeah, and
Ah,
the high ground.
great.
Here's the engine. We can't move.
The high
Good
ground.
for get out.
So that was lost right at the beginning because that Covenator didn't push. Freaking moron. Now this is another tank that came from that Halloween event. Don't know why it's got these little things on the edge of the track. They don't do anything. It's not bad. It's pretty balanced. So let's give this thing a shot so you can see what this thing is like. You killed that tree, you murderer. Remember, you're in a tank. You don't, you don't drive around obstacles. You drive right through them. I'm running out of juice. I'm gonna have to go downstairs to get some more. Why don't we turn the credit booster on?
Let's get this show on the road.
Darn, I didn't charge my camcorder last night. Thought I did. I guess I'll have to charge
Not,
it
not the
tonight.
fire. Oh, son of. Oh. I accidentally fired my friend.
What this thing? Yeah, it does.
It's hard to tell, or. Oh my.
What are you
that's
doing?
great. I'm just playing Day of Infamy right now. I'm on the
You're playing
British
what?
Day of. I'm a British support.
Oh, okay.
I'm a British support gunner with a friend.
Mm-hmm.
I And I love the. I love
Bren's
the
a really good
British
gun.
I love.
They all went the other way, didn't they? Yeah, they did.
Oh, oh Christ! That Kraut got to me before I.
Kraut. Yep, they all went the other way and they're flanking us and we're getting torn apart. Great. I gotta turn it around. This is a bad spot. Up to here. Exposed on all freaking sides. Of course, you got this American bias premium where you can't pen anything on it, and it didn't exist either. Gosh, no wonder people are leaving the stream. I suck. Let me give this thing a shot.
Yeah, man. What's hey? Flamenco.
What?
Some. I'm playing German now.
Ah, okay. You changed teams.
Yeah, because it
I
was.
forgot how maneuverable this thing was. Excuse me. Did you hear about what YouTube is doing to smaller channels? Well, why else did you think I posted that rant earlier?
Yeah, it's mainly been affecting my channel a lot.
I already know I'm gonna be affected, because I only make like 500 a month. And I don't have 1 million subs, so... Let's not forget, YouTube now is just corporate tube. And I'm thinking I'll switch my live stream services from YouTube to Twitch in the near future. Even though Twitch is just as cancerous as YouTube. Especially with their sensitivity, all the SJWs that live there, but whatever. Ooh, there's an elephant over there. I know it's a Ferdinand, but they modeled it as the elephant.
Geesh.
Aw, and you didn't have a chance to shoot at me. But I don't care. This thing's got no armor, so... And I guess you... Ooh, he's distracted. Good. Nice! That was a good shot. Jeez, he got caked. Somebody else must have shot him at the same time. And I missed. Get the reload boost going so you can get the kill. Yeah! Bonjour, suivant. Or attempt at French. Damn, Suzanne W to hell. Indeed. You're gonna leave and go to Rumble. What's Rumble? Ooh, booty shot. Wait for aim. Aww, went to the track? Of all places? I love the maneuverability on this thing. Oh, you bastard! Stole my kill. Whatever.
Oh.
Was bad.
Oh my god. Killed by my demon by accident.
Well, that's not really smart.
Yeah, I was an idiot, and I walked direct.
Why
Get
would
it,
you
MG.
walk directly in his line of fire?
Because I'm an idiot. I wanted to get to the enemy. See, and I didn't think there was.
It's a
And I
video
didn't.
site that does not censor people. What, Twitch? No, they censor people. To no end. I'd rather try the Twitter live streams if this thing with YouTube isn't resolved. Oh yes, indeed. That's gonna be my only choice now. I mean, I do have a Twitch account that I haven't used in a long time. Yeah, anyway. Did you just leave, B&O? Or are you still here?
Let's go.
I'm still here.
Alright.
A little bit. It has the fire down the pipe.
Alright, Lincoln up ahead. Or Lycan, however you say it.
Ricochet.
Go on, try and shoot me TV2 with your.
Surprise.
He's got a 107. He should go to
Enemy on
Gulag.
fire.
Does he not have an extension? He didn't have an extension. Oh, or he was that slow to get to it.
Enemy armor is damaged.
And he sucks. No wonder he has the 107 because he doesn't know how to play it. You only use that gun, the KB2, 152.
Break any minute.
Anyone that uses the 107 on the KB2 needs to go to Gulag. Plus, Stalin's guidance doesn't work on KB2s and 107s.
The truck is damaged.
Ah, missed. Come on, get a shot, get a shot. Yeah. Darn it, missed. Someone's behind me. Why am I missing?
One of our trucks is gone. We can't move.
Fully aimed!
Pushing right through their armor. Truck hit.
You're fully aimed. The shot could go freaking straight, not a left turn into the freaking ground.
Another one like that should finish them.
Yeah, go on, use your gold, you freaking pig. Why are they anime character thumbnail? Because that's kind of the theme of the video. Because I was showing off these things. We'll try one more battle on this. What the heck? Alright. Alright, I need to find a spot. I agree, Steamer the Steam Train. Funny username. there's that the old saying Steamboat Willie. What if there's Steam Engine Willie? I'm a genius. Or Steam Engine Billy. Well, Thomas already has a character like that. Go up this M2. That's why you don't shoot on the move. Come on, light it up one shot. Yeah. He's gone. Move up. Gee, good timing, phone. What did it say? Is it gonna be colder tomorrow? Probably is. Alright, he knows I'm here. That's nothing. He's got the bigger one.
Oh, M. Damn it. Minus one is,
You had a what?
class.
Oh, he's the last one left. Wow.
Should. Yeah, thrower, so hell yeah.
Oh, come on. I do all the work and you guys steal credit. It's disgusting. See what the weather thing is. Oh, 40 degrees out.
It's actually not that bad.
Not bad, damn it, wise.
Oh. That's the one downside. You're being shot at by a sniper.
Yeah. Who else just joined? Oh, Jordan.
Hey, Tom.
What's up? Oh, an 80 Mac foamer's in here too? Sweet.
Yup.
That's that other voice I was hearing earlier.
Stole.
Oh, and Jordan, I gotta tell you, my car is being registered, and it should be ready to go by this upcoming Wednesday.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so whenever you're free from school, you know, you and I can drive you around to some certain spots. Even my area.
Thank yeah. For about 2 or 3 days because Thanksgiving break, aka probably a little more, for me at least, stressful holidays because I mean it's nice to get with family and everything, but
Oh yeah, of course.
the arguments that arise from that,
What do you mean?
I don't know, political.
We rarely even talk about politics, but then again, most of my family are all right-sided.
Well, my parents are left.
Oh, good luck.
Majority. My brother is a libertarian, so he has
I'm
he has
like
a bit of
moderate right, but I'm still, you know, right-sided.
Yeah.
Play World of
And my
Warships
brother-
because it's World of Warships. I don't have World of Warships that I downloaded. German or Russian tanks? Russian. I like them more. Anyway, but yeah, my dad, he could personally care less about American politics since he's English. My dad's girlfriend, though, hardcore liberal. It's honestly disgusting. I keep work. Stop cutting out. Oh my goodness.
My brother he has a bit of a temper, so
Yeah.
things can get really. Plus,
But then again, in the end, the one thing I'm looking forward to with Thanksgiving is the food. Because I'm the one that just stuffs himself silly with the turkey and then passes out at like 8 o'clock.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not a. I've tried turkey before, and I've never really liked it.
Aw, what's the matter with you?
I don't know. It's just
You know, what's the matter with you?
I
My
don't
man.
know.
Do you actually not like turkey?
I freaking love turkey. It's the best part of the whole meal.
Turkey slaps, honestly.
I can eat turkey. It's I don't know. Probably because I'm an unhealthy bastard. For other.
Oh my gosh, Mom's boyfriend's raging downstairs and I'm trying not to laugh. Oh crap. Well, this is awkward. Oh, I'm getting swarmed. Crap.
Oh.
Crap, 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 crap. You can only focus on one target at a time. Oh, jeez. I'm in trouble now. Take that guy with me. And this T-49 is gonna kill me using heat. Yep. How did I predict that? Itch. Alright, what else should I do next? You know what? It wouldn't be a stream by me if it didn't feature at least one KV2 battle. Best tank in the world.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright.
Tom, did you hear that Jeff went railfanning yesterday at Princeton Junction?
Yeah, he caught the Coke unit, didn't he?
Yeah, and he also caught 642, but an JT train blocked it.
Oh.
Yeah. I still need to go out and get that unit.
Junction. That's actually a pretty good place because you get well, the only time I ever railfanning where I actually schedule is what.
Yeah, because you live right by an inactive Conrail shared assets line.
Yeah, so one day we decided to head over Princeton Junction.
Oh, Princeton Junction's the best. And my A key has just stopped responding. Typical. You know what?
So one day I go to and I catch an Acela, then a regional, and 2 NG trains. But then again, this
Got 2 NJ transits?
Yeah, but then again, this was.
Did you get the dinky?
Oh yeah, that's I love. My father used to live in, so.
Really?
Yeah, so.
Oh, I think I know what Bob's yelling at. He's probably watching the football game. Yeah, the ball! What the frick are you doing?
The only sport I really.
I'm not laughing at the game, I'm just laughing at hearing him rage in the background.
The only sport that I actually really care about
is button. Derp.
The only thing that the only sport that I actually pretty much care about is basketball.
Missed! Could have had a perfect one shot on the Hellcat, but I didn't.
Like I said, the sport that I actually really care about is
I really only care about the about sports if the Eagles actually do, which is very rare.
I care about it when it's baseball because
That's what we're looking for.
my father he's a huge who watches almost every single game, and that's why I'm lucky to so good.
Ah, I'm such an idiot. right out, and I'm just pressing the contact point, which is unhealthy, but I don't care anymore. I'm done with this computer. I'm gonna throw it out when I get the new one. Let me just peel off this tape. Ugh. Throw this piece of junk out. Alright. Low damage, but hey, you know. Mount Hood Railroad yesterday. Oh, was that pretty good? No, your channel's grown a lot since I last saw a live stream. Really? Which live stream was it? Because I know my channel's been growing at like a ridiculous rate. It's funny. Ooh. Let me check that. Scan here. Nah, I still need 10 more. Let's combine all these. So what are you guys all doing for Thanksgiving? 'Cause I know I'm having my uncle come over.
Well, a lot of my family are coming from
Really? Same
my mom,
thing?
from one of my mom's side. He actually married a Japanese woman, so we have Japanese.
So you get good Japanese food?
No, we don't usually get that.
Aw.
Oh, crap. Oh, German Crouch just walked directly into my line with my bread gun.
My gosh, what is he? Which game is he watching? Are the Eagles on? Let me check.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, the Eagles are on.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Who are they playing?
Patriots.
Oh, I hope we're winning.
It started at 4:25.
Oh, what's the score right now?
I'll check.
Oh, God.
I should be watching that myself, but here I am just live streaming.
It's 0-10 Eagles.
The Eagles are winning? Are we winning? Are you joking?
Yeah, we're winning. We're winning.
Yeah! E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Oh, man. There's a reason why most Silverliner 5s are plastered with Eagles posters. I guess you could technically consider them, you know how you have heritage units? Well, those Silverliner 5s are what I call sports units. Or Spirit of Philly. Yeah. It's like those State of Delaware cars. Those are also rare. And then there's also the there's 911, which is SEPTA's veterans unit. Well, technically it isn't, but it's got an American flag right under the number. For probably a very good reason, because of its number.
Gotta watch Jeff. Crap. Oh!
Let me just get this RU right here.
Wir haben sie.
Surprisingly, the Yak Panther isn't as bad as an assault tank. Supporting the front.
Wir haben sie nicht mal
Its armor is definitely gonna... It's alright, it's adequate. Gun's perfect. Ooh, he's got...
Sie haben uns eine
Oh, yeah, it does. No wonder he did a lot of damage. Capture this point. The T-32 distracted? Yeah, he is.
Wir haben sie nicht mal angekratzt.
Well, I didn't really miss. I just bounced. But I missed what I was aiming for. Let's go for the hull. Damn. Right in the dirt. Shot. Yeah, third is the charm. You know what? I'm just gonna take cover behind this building here. Just watch my flank.
So, Tom, you doing anything for the Sunday after?
I don't know if I'm actually gonna go out because it's gonna be the same thing as last year. No arrows, no hippos, just marked cars. But because of that Coke engine roaming around the NEC, I guess I should probably go out one day for Sunday. I should go out for Sunday after. And I did mention this earlier I did mention it earlier in the stream. Although I don't know where I'm gonna go. I don't know if I'm gonna do Levittown. I don't know if I'm gonna go up to Princeton.
Me and Jeff are gonna go to Jersey City.
Jersey City?
Avenue, I mean. Jersey Avenue.
Alright, I might, you know what? I'll see if I can join you guys, and I'll also see if I can get Tony. Of course, I'll have to pick him up at Cornwell's, because he can't drive.
Jamie's gonna come in.
Jamie?
Yep.
Alright, and, yeah, then again, if Tony's been hanging a lot around with Jamie lately, too, so... I think she's NJT4211 on YouTube, right?
No, she's just Jamie on YouTube.
Alright, well, shout out to her for those of you watching the stream. She's
Yeah, we're hoping that we can see the PRR ALP46 and maybe...
Oh, yeah. Even though it's not modeled right, you know, rap-wise, it's still good. But I'm really looking forward to, if they put that CNJ GP40 on the ACL, you bet I'm gonna go get it. I plan on introducing a Panzer K4 on my series, but I need a name. Do you have a suggestion? I'm the worst person to ask for names, so why not?
Make it like an old name.
Yeah. All the names I'm thinking in my head right now are usually all female names with K, but I don't know.
Karen.
Masculine name. Alright, well, how about... Oh, I got one. Phil. Phil is like short for Philadelphia, so, you know, why not?
It's not that bad.
Yeah. Might as well go up to where they are.
It's not got.
Wow, there's a lot more people on this side than I thought there were.
What's your favorite tank to use?
Yeah.
What's your favorite tank to use, Tom?
My favorite what? Tank to drive?
Tank.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the KV-2. Big old 152 millimeter dirt. God, freaking all that phlegm, especially from outside.
You know,
That was because I was sucking up the leaves earlier, and I got all kinds of allergies when I was out there.
You know, I really hate to admit this, but actually, one of my personal favorites, the elephant.
The elephant?
Yes,
Oh,
had a-
yeah.
I had a plastic model. I had a somewhat. I don't know where that is nowadays, but I had a plastic model, and I liked it because I don't know what kind of drugs I was on at the time, but I thought it looked similar to the apron.
Yeah. And in reality, the elephant was just like the Ferdinand, a complete disaster. Because then again, it was the same vehicle, just with a front hull machine gunner, wider tracks, thicker armor.
Yes.
It's mainly because of the engine, the petrol-electric drive, which, you know, was absolutely, you know, crap. Very unreliable.
Oh, yeah. That was a bit of a idiotic design.
That was poor. That's what you get when you have Porsche design a tank, because he tried to think out of the box with, you know. I mean, gas electric drive isn't anything. It was nothing new at the time. It was used in buses primarily at the time, but in a heavily armored fighting vehicle, you need a lot of room for cooling, and obviously he did it. And well, you know, going. That was a stupid idea.
Well, it started out as a prototype Tiger.
That's pretty much what happened. Yeah, I might as well
And then
tell you the story that I remember from what was his name? Potential History.
Oh yeah, they were originally built, but then they were complete garbage. So
yeah,
but
what
there were so
happened
many
was basically there were two designers that were competing for the Tiger contract at the time. There was Porsche and then there was Henschel. So, like I said, there was the new petrol-electric drive that Porsche tried to push in his vehicle, and it failed utterly in the trials to where it burst into flames before it could do anything. And then the Henschel version was obviously picked, but there was a big problem. 90 of them. Porsche was so confident in his design that he built like 90 hulls for his tank that didn't work. So at that point, I would honestly say, you know, take the loss, melt them down, turn them into some good old Stugs or something, but nope, they try to make it useful by mounting the 88mm gun that would be eventually featured on the Tiger II, and yeah, most of them were just...
Yeah, tank destroyer.
What's funny is,
Nowadays-
here's the funny part though. This is the part that I don't understand. The Tiger P, it was like 50 tons, and then when they modified it to the Ferdinand, it was about 65 tons, and the engines were already stressed when it was 50 tons. By adding more weight, you're adding more problems. And then when they updated it to the Elephant, 70 tons. What the heck? Like, what were they thinking? I mean, it's like, why didn't they just set them on fire themselves? Were they, like, stupid? I know. That's the part that made me laugh. I was like, seriously? Oh my gosh.
I don't. Yeah, they were primarily used in the Battle of Kursk. I think.
Yeah, Kursk was alright. I mean, but then, what I also didn't understand is, after Kursk, they sent most of the remaining, the ones that were modified as elephants, over to Italy. A mountainous terrain, which is what they're not designed for. Because why not?
Oh, well, nowadays, tank destroyer concept is kind of stupid. Like,
well, that's the thing, though. And then, back then, it made absolute sense. But the thing is, most of the tanks now, if you were to convert them to the tank destroyer, would already have a big enough gun to fit in a regular tank. So, yeah. There's only one country I know of that still uses tank destroyers. That's Sweden, actually. They have the STRV 103, and they have an ingenious idea of a gun depression. The gun is fixed, it doesn't move, but in order to raise the gun barrel up and down, good old hydraulics. So you can use it like a gangster lowrider. Oh my gosh. All alone against the whole team. Again. But, anyway. What time is it? 5:26. Maybe a couple more battles and I'll wrap up the stream. Hello, Project Gaming. There goes Bob with his foghorn. Do any of you have, like, that one relative where when he blows his nose, it sounds like a foghorn? Like... I know, like, two of my relatives that do that. My uncle does it, and my mom's boyfriend, Bob, does it all the time. We call it the foghorn, and oh man, he gets so annoyed when we do that. It's so funny. I've had people who team up with me in a TOG like that. Oh, that's the worst. Nice talking with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch your rant video now.
Oh yeah, that's a fun one.
And we'll be
Alright,
See ya. Take care.
see you, Tom. Also, DM me about the Sunday after.
Alright, I'll let you know what my plans are.
Alright, see you.
See ya. Alright, that's Jordan, our photography, everyone. Shout out to him. He's young, but he knows almost as much about SEPTA as I do. Maybe even a little bit more, because he knows the Warmester line really well. So, yeah, fair play to him. And I just realized I'm on the wrong side of the map, because everybody's going that way, and they're getting, our teammates are getting plowed there.
not, I don't. Alright, I'll have to.
What was that?
I'll be. Alright. No, I'm not really.
What, you heading out, B&O?
No, it's. No, I'm just
Are
talking
you?
about him.
Oh, okay. Great. I feel so stupid knowing I can't help them. Yep, I'm next now. Oh, great. It's that freaking Pantera. Panterera. Yep.
Ближайший контролем. Скорость перезарядки снижена. Есть пробитие. Гусеницы повреждены.
Oh,
Разрыву.
seriously?
Повреждение боеукладки. Танк уничтожен.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. So how's the way over here?
What was that? Let me give the
Yeah.
Chaffee a run. Only has 600 hit points. What, the Tog? No, it has 1400 hit points. And yeah, 14 kilometers an hour, that's right. It's got crap. Top speed.
I'm looking in the cars section Discord server.
The what?
Jeez. The car channel in the Discord and ooh.
What's
abandoned
going on?
cars. No, there's post of a bunch of abandoned 50s era cars
Ooh.
that are pretty awful shape.
That's pretty sad. It's like a lost car show. I would advance, but I don't think I'm supported enough. Yep. Good thing I did. Oh crap. Here comes trouble.
Penetration.
Yeah. That's why I didn't rush. I would have died faster.
The driver is hit. We can't go very fast. Vehicle destroyed.
Oh my gosh. That smiling doggo, the game is, World of Tank Splits. It's listed in the bottom of the video. Should be, at least.
The Brits have a Flammenwerfer.
Yes, they have a Flammenwerfer. It werfs Flammen.
Ah. They killed by an explosion or a... Probably a... Because or a guy with a rifle that's very far away.
Yeah.
And I've only got my M40.
Ah. You got any Soviet tanks? Yes, I do. I have plenty of them. In fact, I'm playing
I
right
can
now.
join this too. Hi Thunder. Hi Bastard in Ohio.
Who's that just joined?
Me. Mohawk.
Hey, Maho.
Oh, Mohawk.
Want to see what I've been working on for the past literally 12 hours?
What were you working on?
Tane stuff. Look in general.
Oh,
I've been working on a map.
Train? What do you mean, Train's a new era?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been working on a new map.
Cool.
oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's actually pretty darn good. Not gonna lie.
Thank you. Actually, let me just go live so you can just peek really quick. I only got a little bit done, but
I just bought train.
actually, wait. I actually think that'll crash it. So never
Yeah,
mind.
I wouldn't. For my past experience, I wouldn't do that.
Oh, here. Let me get a picture of the industrial
Yeah,
area.
just take a picture and just send it into that chat. And
I've been working on this. My friend laid down all the track and some of the basic roads and did all the signaling and technical work, and I'm working on all of the detailing.
oh, okay.
Do like the track or like signal or any technical stuff, but I can detail really well. So like here's one of the industries I'm uploading. Ah, there you go.
Alright, I'll have to take a look at it in a minute.
Hmm.
I've
been working-
Unfortunately, I don't really have the too much experience and the patience to build a route.
Yeah, it's like I didn't even get that much done. I got like maybe 10% of the map done. It's taking me 12 hours so far.
Really? How long do you think it's gonna take you?
Oh, it's probably gonna take me at least a month of work, a couple hours each day to get it done.
Oh, wow.
Then again, the one route that I probably would probably be the CNJ Freehold brand. It's not even used in, like, there are sections of the track that are literally just not there.
Okay. Oh, Thunder, you want to hear something?
What?
What?
So, yesterday and coming back tomorrow, we got 1069 and 405 on the same train.
Yeah, you told me about that.
And then guess what's coming? Guess what's coming tomorrow as well?
What?
The Pensy Heritage Unit.
What train is it on?
206.
Of course, another one that
Going
doesn't come anywhere near me.
Yep, going to Mechanicsville. Yeah, and here's the thing though, they purposely put 1069 and 405 on. Because there's a new yard master at Binghamton and he's a freaking foamer.
Really?
Yup. So now he's just making perfect consists out of Binghamton. Up north.
Oh my god.
So because he's in one of the groups and he's like, dude, I'm gonna be putting the perfect consists up just to watch. And then literally the next day he puts 1069 and 405 on the same train and we're like, oh, here we go. So we're gonna be getting some really interesting motive power up here. For freaking rare shit. Apparently it's gonna be up, apparently he's gonna try to keep it up here for like a month. Just this 405 and 1069 on the same train.
Of course.
It's just gonna stay here. It's like, the Virginian unit is ours.
And I haven't even seen the Virginia yet.
I haven't seen it
And I
yet
can't
either.
even drive yet, so I can't go out there.
I've missed
You know
it
what that?
all.
You know what that reminds me of? It sounds like that time when they were sending 8098, but back and forth on the 20Q, 21E, 17G, all those other trains. Like literally back. No, that wasn't 17G.
I
Like
missed
back
it.
and forth on 21E and 20Q, like 4 times. I remember I went out for the first and third times, and the third time, that was the longest train I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
It took 15 minutes to pass.
My grandfather refused to take me to go see it, so I missed it.
Why?
The one.
I don't, because he says they all look exactly the same, and he doesn't feel like it.
I think I know why. He must have grown up during the Conrail age.
Oh,
No, he doesn't care. I'm like, it's obviously different. He's like, no, it does. It looks exactly the same. I'm like, okay,
Even with
boomer.
the paint job?
Yeah. You go like, oh, that's nice, but he's like, it's nothing special to go see. It's just a different paint. I'm like,
I understand. But it did come back on another 20Q a while ago, but I didn't bother going out to see it. And it also came back on 38G, and then it went on H79, and then 39G. But once again, since I've seen it so much, I'm like, nah, whatever. I've seen it, and I also saw it before. I saw it on 20Qs as 64T.
and guess what I missed again today?
What?
For the third time.
What?
9969.
9969. What is that?
It's CSX GP40-2W.
Oh, is that one that's always on the friggin', what is it? The geometry?
Yeah, it's been
I
through
missed
here like
it too a
been
while
here-
ago.
It's been through here 3 times this month, and I've missed it every single time, and I'm triggered.
I know it went on the Trenton sub once as well. I missed that.
Yeah, it's been going up and down for. It thing came through at track speed, apparently going 80. So
Oh, that would have been a sight to behold.
it came through Amsterdam. Oh, and you want to know what? Oh yeah, I told you this. Okay, never mind. I told you the story about how the kid got called in. Yeah, but here's something interesting. I have this weird ass foamer who keeps stalking me now.
What is he?
Like, this is no. This is. Let me tell you the story. So I go to Amsterdam like maybe like a month ago now, and there's this guy there from Schenectady, where I live, and then there's this other guy from Wells, who's like an hour and a half away, right, from like Amsterdam and Fonda and stuff.
Yeah.
And the dude from Wells named Anthony, he's very weird. He foams over quite literally anything.
What, foams over Dash 9s and Gevos?
He foamed over a freaking TTX boxcar.
So, those things are always around.
Yeah, he foamed over freaking auto racks.
Okay, I would understand auto racks because I never get auto racks where I live. So.
It was CSX auto
If it was
rack.
a CSX, oh, those are always around. What is
It's not. It wasn't even like a Conrail auto rack or a Burlington Northern auto. No, it was a freaking just generic. He foams over the most generic shit, or like a spline car. He foamed over a freaking TTX spline car. I'm like, why?
I always see those on intermodals.
Yeah, just basically like he foams literally over
That's like
everything
foaming
that
over the
comes.
JB Hunt containers, which is all we get through here.
He did foam over one of those once. He foamed over CSX Alex Moves container.
For Pete's sake.
He's like, did you see? He screams through all my videos too. Did you see it? CSX container, CSX container.
How old is this guy?
He's 19.
What is he, like some new? What is he? Some?
No, he's like freaking retarded. But here's the thing that's weird, right? He has no idea of personal space. So it's like
So he gets
literally
right in front of your face.
I'll be trying to set up my tripod, and he'll stand literally so his camera's on top of my head. I'm like, why the hell?
That's weird. That's
He
actually.
doesn't leave anybody alone. He screams through everything. He acts like
I would honestly tell him straight out, shut up.
I did, and he just got upset, and then he came back like 30 seconds later. No, here's the weird thing. So I unfriended him. Well, I'm still friends with him on Facebook. I should probably. But anyways. I haven't talked to him for like 3 weeks, and he still keeps finding me.
That's creepy. That's actually really.
I go to Amsterdam, and I'm there for literally 15 minutes, and then he shows up from an hour and a half away.
That's weird.
And I'm like, what the hell? And like, I've seen him, he sits in like the gas station parking lot for like a half an hour, and then
Literally,
just
he
shows
sounds
up
like a
at me.
kid who's never railfanned in his life.
He literally acts like he never has, and he's extremely weird, and says he wants to be best friends forever, and I'm like, okay, that's weird.
I have,
He talks and acts like a freaking 12-year-old, yet he's 19. It's weird. Now, and here's the weirdest part, though. I was out railfanning with a whole bunch of my friends. I was with like 5 people, right? It was me, my friend Jake, and then a kid from Poughkeepsie, and a kid from Massachusetts, and a kid from my school, which is another story in itself. And we're all up at Amsterdam. We got there at like 9:30, and we're there until like 4. And then we head up to Fonda, and I ended up leaving at like 5 or whatever, and went home. But apparently, or sorry, I left at 3:30. We left at okay. Time doesn't matter. Basically, I left, and then he said that he left, and then that kid shows up like 5 minutes later and asks why I left.
I wouldn't even say anything. I would be like.
So they said that they just stared at him, and he's like, they didn't say a single word to him, watched the train come through, and then just booked it out of there.
Oh, I would have done the same thing.
And
That's
then
like, that's actually like
mess-
me when I had
and he
this
keeps
one
messaging
encounter
me,
with
like-
this. I had a similar encounter with another kid.
Like he just won't leave us alone, and it's really weird. And he keeps spamming my friends with like friend requests and shit on Facebook.
Oh, like that's the same thing with me with this one kid. And I remember I actually did run into him last Sunday after. Although I just played mute, like I pretended I couldn't speak. Like I literally was like I was literally pretending like I couldn't talk because I was trying to just do something professional. And oh man, that was a close call.
No, but dude.
Because I was originally going to 30th Street, but then when I heard the Pennsy private cars are on the Pennsylvania and it was about to leave 30th Street, I told my friends I'm bailing and you guys can get it at 30th and let me know when it comes. Because I wouldn't, if they did see it, which they did, and then they told me. But as soon as after that those cars, that Pennsylvania went by, I got the heck out of there as fast as I could.
Yeah, there's no, but
the same kid that like keeps sending me follow requests on like 4 different alts, and I never responded to them.
Yeah, but the kid like won't leave any of us alone, and it's really freaking weird.
I honestly can understand what you're talking about. How the freak did he pen me?
What?
Nothing, just the game I was playing. How did he?
Oh no, but I just don't. It's just so weird. We don't really know what to do since we don't.
I must ask this though: is he either a furry or a brony as well?
Unknown.
Oh gosh, because that would explain it too.
Did you? There's a freaking furry now up here. He actually's come to Amsterdam a couple times. He wears a fursuit and it has the Amtrak pointless arrow on it, and he says its name is Cab Car.
They
make fun of him. They make fun of him on Railfanning Hell.
It's like that one friend of mine I have, Aaron.
Dude,
he's also a freaking furry, and he was the guy that wore that fursuit that one during one of the rail fests at Steamtown.
Here's the thing, right? He wears it no matter what. Like, it was, remember, like, one time, like, he said, one of my friends, because he lives in Massachusetts, he said he literally comes to the state. He drove an hour and a half to the station, stayed for a half an hour, and left. And he didn't even see a single train. He came up in the fursuit, and he said it was like 90 degrees out. And he was in the fursuit, and we're like, what the fuck?
Wow, that's just stupid. I'd imagine the engineers would just look at him like, what?
Oh, the engineers just flip him off.
Oh, I would do the same.
Dude, there's actually one of the engineers pissed out the window.
You're kidding.
I'm not kidding. One of the Pan Am engineers just pissed out the window of a Dash 8. Just opened up the window, pissed out of it when he came through the station.
And that furry was right there.
He didn't get hit, but he ran away.
Oh, I would have. Oh, I really hope he got hit.
He says he hasn't been back to the station since he got pissed on.
Oh, we are so.
Dude, the Pan Am engineers have no freaking chill. They literally just do everything. They're just like, no.
That's like most of the NJT engineers you'll run into.
No, dude, but the Pan Am engineers are just freaking awesome. Like, if you're just any bit weird, they just like shit on you essentially, like quite literally.
You know, the most awkward moment I ever had at a rail event was at the 611 Strasbourg event. I'm trying to get a good picture. I'm trying to get a good picture of the locomotive, and the person in front of me is Tristan Zimmerman.
Oh no! I heard he was there, and I was like, oh.
He was at that event.
So, on the terms of shit, I have to find it, but my friend sent me a picture of one of the C40-8s with the literal shit stain on the window.
Oh my! What? Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. There's an actual shit stain underneath, like
Oh
the
my
window
gosh.
smeared down the side. Like someone actually.
That's
It
like
looked like someone
somebody
actually
at
took a
SEPTA 69th Street smearing crap on the wall because he was pissed at the management.
No, it looked like someone took a shit out the window.
Oh my gosh, that is gross.
I mean, it's better than going in the freaking submarine toilets.
Oh,
if you know
well,
what
that's
that is.
true. That's true.
Do you know what those submarine toilets are on the SD40s?
Oh, and then there's also the on the same thing with the SEPTA ACS 64s. Unlike the Amtrak ones, the SEPTA ones don't have onboard toilets. So you better.
Oh.
And they recently rebuilt all the cab cars to not have toilets in them anymore. So you better go before you go.
Yeah, like some of the Pan Am units that don't have toilets because they fell out underneath the train.
You're kidding me.
Like there's actually pictures of some of those Pan Am C40-8s where the actual
and it's literally just a gaping hole in the middle of the cab.
No, they just put a couple pieces. They put some 2x4s over it so it doesn't like completely fall away.
Are you freaking for real?
They put a couple 2x4s down and a piece of plywood over it, and there's a cone on it that says "Do not step."
Oh my gosh, that is so red.
The entire freaking front of the cab just disappeared.
Wait a minute, doesn't Pan Am run in Florida or is it New York?
No, Pan Am runs in it runs on the B&M trackage, so it goes from Vermont down to New York all on the B&M trackage. It runs through Massachusetts too.
Oh my god.
And that was a big dude. And you wanna know what the thing is? Is Norfolk Southern runs these locomotives too.
You're kidding.
Norfolk Southern owns them. This is the thing with these SD40-2s, right? They have no air conditioning, no toilets, no nothing. They have PTC.
Well, obviously, because it's federally required.
No, yes, on certain tracks on Pan Am it is. But no, Norfolk Southern owns the SD40-2s, but doesn't maintenance them, and it's painted in Pan Am, but they normally run NS crews on them, and they run a Binghamton. So you can see, like, a Pan Am SD40-2 on, like, 206, for instance, or 16R, or 14R or something. Like, they have run Pan Am out the Chicago one. Leading.
Wow.
Because Norfolk Southern and Pan Am are extremely integrated now. Like Pan Am and Norfolk Southern own Mechanicville Yard jointly, a huge like auto rack and intermodal yard. And this is where it gets really interesting. It comes for really good shots, but the Pan Am tracks out of Mechanicville to Massachusetts. It's all jointed rail, single track.
Oh, that's terrible.
With like really short sidings, but it all has modern like Darth Vader lights and stuff on it.
That's weird.
Because Pan Am owns the track, but NS owns the signaling.
Well, of course, yeah.
Because they own like half of it, but they own it fully a part of it. It's really weird. So you can see like actually like there's a picture. The Virginian unit on jointed rail passing a Darth Vader light on a intermodal. Wow. Like you'll see intermodal on jointed rail.
That's
going 20 miles an hour. It's really janky.
Maybe that's why on occasion I see leaning containers.
Maybe if it's coming off of Pan Am, sure. I think there was an instance where a container did fall off because the lean got too much.
Real? Oh.
But that was because there was a partial washout, and the track just kind of just dipped.
Yeah.
So the engines got over it, but then a car fell off, and they put it into emergency, and it literally stopped.
Yeah, probably because an air hose also ripped too.
Yeah, I mean they're only going like 20 through there, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's an interesting bit of railroading, and oh, guess what I saw?
What?
You're not gonna believe it, but you know how a GP40-3 has a mid-train DPU?
What? Aren't those not equipped for that?
Oh no, they have computers.
Wow.
They can DPU them.
That's cool.
You wanna know what's even weirder?
What?
They're overhauling their GP15Ts now.
Aren't those like Caterpillar equipped or something?
No, they're tunnel motors.
Oh,
They call them baby tunnel motors.
baby tunnel motors.
They're making them DPU equipped.
For something
Why?
so weak?
1,500 horsepower DPU.
That's like as much as those SEPTA diesels that we have here. In fact, the SC-15B 80, only 1,500 horsepower. So
They're
why?
here's the thing, right? Their switchers have more power.
Like the SW, what do they have? SW,
Yeah, they have like MP15s and stuff.
MP15s. I was thinking of
Look at this.
SW, but then I was
Why?
thinking of SW 1500, but then I realized that's the same horsepower.
Look how short it is. Why does that need to be DPU equipped?
Yeah, that makes like no sense.
One radiator fan, it's like the car body's literally the length of a switching unit. It's a GP15 with a tunnel motor body and an upgraded engine. That's it.
That's just funny.
They do. I actually have never seen one before. I really want to see one, but they don't really bring them up here that much. Although, I mean, with PSR, they'll literally do anything.
Yeah, with PSR they'll do anything.
I saw a BNSF. I saw an H1 BNSF-9 leading along the forward once on CSX because it had ditch lights. So it was running at track speed long mode forward and the crew was standing up. I'm like, okay.
Our truck is hitting a break any minute. Target. Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Yeah, I don't know. CSX. I have been reading rumors where they're saying they think CSX and UP is definitely going to merge, though. Because UP wants to merge with an Eastern Railroad and CSX wants to merge with a Western Railroad. And CSX and Union Pacific already interchange so damn much, it just makes more financial sense to merge.
Yeah, I mean,
Wait a minute, are
yeah,
you saying that they're gonna merge BNSF with UP?
No, Union Pacific and CSX.
Oh goodness me. I thought they interchanged more with NS, because I always seen... I've seen a lot of
CSX?
UP foreign power on
well,
NS, while with CSX it was like, what, only once?
here's the thing. UP sent 3985 onto CSX tracking.
Of
So
that.
you know
Wow.
Wait, what's 3985 again?
the Challenger.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, also here's
No,
something.
no.
They send the Union Pacific their OCS train up here constantly. It's been up here like 3 times. With that special ace on it. 1943. Yeah, they send that up here a couple times.
I missed it when they
Because
sent it
guess
to
what?
New Jersey.
Because guess what? You wanna know why I was up here?
What?
Union Pacific owns a freaking yard in Schenectady.
What?
Yeah.
Well, then again, they used to get a lot of their from their Alco, so I guess.
Now here's what they do. They own half of South Schenectady Yard, which is not in Schenectady though, and they own a yard in Albany.
That is unbelievable.
You want to see what South Schenectady Yard is?
Where?
It's in Rotterdam, New York, not Schenectady, New York, which is kind of, it's not even actually near Schenectady. Well, it's near Schenectady, but not quite. Anyways, they own it's Union Pacific Coal Connect.
So that's why I saw a UP Givo on 520 once. Which is
It's Union Pacific Coal Connect. It switches out Rotterdam Industrial Park and Price Chopper because CSX does not want to interchange there. CSX picks up reefers there, but Union Pacific reefer trains come in and get dropped off there.
Oh.
And they had an SD40T-2 there for like the longest time.
What? An ex-Southern Pacific tunnel motor?
Yup, it was just sitting there in Union. It was sitting there in Union Pacific paint, and it pushed like the 6 reefers in and out a day that they get there. They got rid of it though. Now it's a red and silver GP38-2.
What happened to the tunnel motor?
It's owned by LETX, so.
Oh, LTEX. Well, at least it's you know, not retired.
This is the thing, right? Union Pacific Coal Connect is owned mostly by Union Pacific and partially by CSX, but they use LETX locomotives there.
That's weird.
So they're using like an LETX black, red, and silver 38 there right now. With a low and high hood, or it's one of those weird like Southern Pacific or whatever, where it has like the low the low headlights and the high headlights.
Oh, oh yeah, because they think one of them was a Mars light.
Probably. So like they actually turn all of them on for some reason. They turn on the Mars light, but it's not a Mars light. It's just normal headlights though.
What's wrong? What's wrong? Who's winning? Oh, great. What? That's not good enough. That's not good enough that we're winning 10-9.
What?
Patriots versus Eagles.
Oh. Yeah, but I don't know. It's just been they've been doing weird stuff here. I think CSX and Union Pacific are gonna merge in at most 5
I honestly
years.
hope not,
It's
because
gonna
then
happen.
they'll stop with the steam excursions.
Nah, I don't think so.
No, you don't think so?
No, because here's the thing: if Union Pacific was gonna merge, Union Pacific could probably just buy them.
Enemy armor is damaged.
I'm
And
more
again,
worried
CSX is probably also borderline bankrupt thanks to PSR.
Yeah, CSX is making almost no profits right now. They're like they're making profits, but like their carloads are going down, so they don't know. It's really weird stuff financially, and CSX has no upper management. They have no upper management, and there's no one to replace them. CSX wants to get bought.
I'm a bit
CSX
worried.
literally just wants to kill themselves and get bought and out by.
Oh, I
Western
know,
Railroad.
I know. That's why they jumped straight into PSR.
Also, why do you think Union Pacific's jumped into PSR now?
NS has been like slowly going into it, but they've already screwed me up thanks to PSR.
Well, here's the thing, right? Union Pacific's going PSR because
Money.
compatibility with Eastern railroads. Union Pacific wants to turn into an Eastern railroad so they can merge easy with them.
Oh, because now Union Pacific's railroad hungry?
Yeah, Union Pacific has like hundreds of billions of dollars to burn. They have like $600 billion right now.
Well, if
It's
they
like
merge
just-
with NS, I'm gonna be pissed off.
I doubt they'd merge with NS.
Yeah, because
They
then they
will.
want to repaint all the heritage
Oh.
units.
I'd be pretty pissed if they actually merged with PSX because 2716, aka.
Yeah, because that's the thing I hate about Union Pacific. Like, they do have a Steam program, but they only allow their own Steam to run on, excursions. And they'll ban anything else, which is why you won't see 611 in Union Pacific territory.
Also because 611 burns coal, and much of the UP's territory is out west.
I
So
think it's
guess-
more of a logistic issue because if it burned oil, they'd probably allow it on there.
And also, don't forget California's coal ban.
Exactly.
because-
Or a
they
ban
have-
on everything that's
Yes, but then also if
right-sided.
Union Pacific merged, that means that all of their heritage units would be able to be out here, and all of their Steam programs would technically be able to run out here too. Because
Well, not 4014. 4014 is too heavy for certain bridges.
Not on the Mohawk line at least.
Yeah, but
They
how
were
do you think
built-
it's going to get to the Mohawk line?
They were built
Oh,
in
true.
Schenectady. They were actually built in Schenectady, New York.
It's Schenectady.
So they could.
Schenectady. They built them here. They can get them here.
Who knows?
the track's better condition than when it was like 60 years ago.
Honestly, if they have so much money to burn, I think UP should at least give a little more to the program so that they can rebuild 3985.
Yeah, that
Well, that's
honestly
what
makes
they're
more
doing.
sense instead of being railroad hungry.
Actually, Ed Dickens is not too keen on it because I guess he doesn't like having to juggle 3 steam locomotives at once.
Yeah, that's probably why. And also, everybody's foaming over 4014 and nobody's caring about the other two.
I care about 844.
And I'm sorry, but 4014 is overrated.
I mean, I can
And
sort
just
of agree
like that,
with you.
everybody left my stream.
Seriously?
And even
I know it's gonna happen because everybody foams over it, and I'm just sitting here waiting
Listen.
for 1361 to be done.
I'm waiting for. I actually heard from a guy who talked with the 2100 crew, as in Reading 2100, that they actually want to do a Rambles reunion 2100.
Oh, of course, it's perfect.
2102, and maybe bring them over to Town so they
To
can meet up with
Steamtown?
2124.
Ooh, that would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, and of course,
They
sadly,
can't bring 2101 sadly because it's rusted solid thanks to that roundhouse fire and B&O Railroad Museum's crap maintenance of their fleet.
well,
their,
at least they're
displays.
big engines. Or at least they're big engines. The little ones or the older ones, they.
I just hammer-wrecked a P-43! 1,500 damage in one hit! What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh, I'm losing my shit! Oh, I'm losing it! Oh, that was epic. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh. I can't believe my luck right there. I just turned the corner, not even aim, and just boom.
So I'm doing it. So another.
Same spot.
You know, I don't think I've admitted to a lot of people on this server about it, but I'm a bit more, like, in terms of warfare, I'm a bit more of a firearms enthusiast than, like, a vehicle. I like
that's
vehicles,
fine.
don't get me wrong, but the firearms are what really interests me because I watched a lot of, I watched a lot of action movies, the 80s action movies like Die Hard, which I'm definitely gonna watch when Christmas time comes around. And
Never watched that movie.
It's
You've
really-
never seen Die Hard?
I literally have never
What is the
seen
matter
it.
with you?
My
It is-
parents censored everything. I'm a sad child.
Died.
no effing shit, lady. Does it sound like I'm ordering a pizza? was
But then again, you gotta see it sometime. It is so good.
I'm aware it's a good
I
movie.
love that movie, and that movie honestly made me want an MP5 or a Steyr because.
Oh,
like-
Shadow's in my stream. Hey, I haven't seen him in years.
Wait, can they hear me on stream?
What?
Is your Discord call on the stream?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because otherwise it'd be weird. It'd be sounding like I'm talking to myself.
Oh, very true. No, but anyways, I'm a sad child. My parents like censored
Yeah, that's
everything.
very, very sad.
They,
I mean,
they like didn't allow me to watch any movies.
at least they didn't go too far with me, because then again, I watched the seasons 1 through 4 of Thomas and Friends on VHS back when it was being narrated by a certain foul-mouthed comedian.
George Carlin.
Yeah.
Oh God.
One of the best narrators of the show. Changed my mind.
Oh,
Well, what did he do? I've never watched Thomas and Friends.
season 1 through 4.
Yeah, he did dubs for season 1, but he definitely did the US narrations for 2 through 4. And 90% of my VHS tapes had him narrating.
But what did he do differently than everyone else?
Well, a lot of things. I mean, I definitely know. My favorite thing is he definitely tried to give each different character different voices. I especially loved the Scottish accent he did for Duncan.
Donald and Douglas.
Yeah, Donald and Douglas as well. But I especially love Duncan. What's that about me? I'm a plane engine. I believe in plain speaking. Speak up!
Oh God.
I never watched that show.
You never grew up the way I did. And then again,
I did, but I don't remember any of it because like I never just didn't. I mean, like I remember.
What's funny though with me is, you know, not only did I grow up with that show, my first name actually is Thomas. So at school, everyone called me Thomas the Train. But I didn't care though. It was like a compliment to me.
Oh, I have.
Although I do recommend though, like, you know, I still would rather be called Thunder because I only have like my close friends, like the ones I railfan with a lot. Those ones can call me like Tom, whatever.
Alright, I have to go because
it just feels weird when some random kid just says that, and I'm like, how do you know my name? The only exception the only kid that can call me by my real name is that one kid Jordan, because he's definitely a close friend of mine.
Private railroad crossing.
That reminds me, Mohawk. Did you ever Did you ever have a Mohawk haircut?
No, because you know Mohawk. You know, like where I live is called the Mohawk Valley.
I know. I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you. Oh.
People don't realize that the Mohawk hairstyle came from here. They're like, why would they name a place after Mohawk hair? I'm like, stupid.
Yeah. I don't like it.
Yeah, but where should I put this? I'm debating on where I'm gonna put my fence, but I think I'm gonna put a fence here. No,
one hit point, and I didn't get the kill. Whatever. Anyway.
I'm building this really ghetto-looking town.
Ghetto what?
Ghetto town.
Ghetto
like basically
town.
All of New York.
Oh.
Just all like really like meth head towns.
Oh yeah.
You go to Amsterdam at the wrong time and you'll see a whole bunch of Portuguese people flood out of the building like bats.
Oh my goodness.
There's this really old like abandoned like textiles factory that houses like 100 homeless people in it.
That's
they gave up trying to like get those people out.
Yeah.
So they just live in there. And it's really weird. You go in the morning, and when the sun comes up, they all flood out into the streets. They just have a whole bunch of homeless people cluttered around. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
No money. The town's like $10 million in debt because it's New York.
Oh yeah, New York's just as bad as Philly when it comes to money.
Some parts of New York are really nice, and then you got the really crappy parts, like South Glen Falls.
Usually the suburbs.
Yeah, you go to South Glen Falls, and that's a death sentence.
Yeah.
Have you heard of South Glen Falls memes at all? Yeah.
That's like Darby over here in Philly, which I call Upper Dump because, well, you know, it's one of the worst suburbs of Philly. I know a couple rail fans that do live in the Derby area and rail fan there, but I'm sorry, it is very, very ghetto down there.
I mean, I wanted to go to
And the
Salt
Derby
Bay.
diamond there, yeah, that's like a blood diamond because of the area it's in. Even though it's rare for, it's the only place I know of where the Pennsylvania trolley gauge SEPTA trolleys cross right over the CSX Philly sub. But also, then again, it's not really a good spot anyway because all you'll see are mostly trolleys. Because the CSX Philly sub, it goes like this: you get there, you wait 1.5 hours, and usually it's a manifest with all Gevos. Boring.
That's up here too.
The Trenton sub, it still is all Gevos too, but it at least has a little bit more variety. But that's not saying much. That's like saying the dump I took last night was better than the dump I took the day before.
Oh my god,
Seriously, that's what it's like. It's not that much different. Although, like I said, the Trent line is still at least a little bit better. Oh, this is gonna hurt. And of course you had to use heat. Get out of here. Yes, I know I could have got him, but I was surrounded. Didn't want to press that. Norfolk Southern, what's your function? That's actually kind of clever. Couple more and then I'm gonna kill the stream and then make some dinner because it's getting late. Alright. We're just gonna sit around here and then... And there goes my mic. Oh, right. I'll get out of your way. Jeez. And they all went the other way. And if I were to keep going, I would have driven right into a hornet's nest. Ooh, I don't want to go in the cap circle, because then I'd reveal where we are. Yeah, here they come. They knew we were coming this way. They knew. Back up.
At least I'm in a good spot to spot them.
That's kind of a forward voice. Jeez. Can I get up? Whoa. Another 0-7 loss. Jeez. Because of good old crap teams. And I'm gonna back up and get the heck out of here.
Our driver is dead. We can barely move.
Come on, get the T-34. No, what was it just like that? No! Come on! This Wolverine's a moron. Ugh. I live near Union Pacific tracks and I mostly see Gevos and SD-70Ms on trains. Yeah, Then again, even though I've been crapping on CSX, don't forget I also live near a line which is nothing but dash 9s. Wants to talk crap on me? I'll do it right back. Alright, what should I do next? I haven't showed this thing yet. I may have drank bleach. If you were reacting to anime. What? So I like one anime show, just one, and people think I'm crazy about anime. Russian bias said it's nice. That ain't Russian bias. Well, I don't even think this thing is either. All it has is just a good gun. The armor's just. Barely see any CSX. The one CSX local that I at least get, but I never get to see, is 746. CSX C746. Well, I mean, I saw it 3 times. The third time I didn't upload yet, but I rarely ever get to see it. But I might get to see it more often now that I can drive. Then again, people freaking out about an anime cover as my thumbnail for this live stream is just like people thinking I'm a furry just because of a thumbnail to the rant video and the fact that I'm just interested in the Undertale. I don't even have a freaking fursuit. All I have is just powder face paint, ears, and an Azrael t-shirt. So what? I don't dress up in a freaking fursuit. I'm not even considered a furry. Ugh. Why would I even have a body pillow? That's disgusting. That's for virgins. Okay, well, I'm a virgin too, but, you know, I mean, I don't have one of those. Those are for people that can't get a girlfriend for their life. I at least have one. This 57mm gun on this tank is really good, as you're about to see. I mean, at first I didn't think about buying this, but since I still had like a couple bucks left, because this was also $2.99, so I thought if I'm gonna get one, I'm gonna get the other one. And of course that shot goes right into his tracks. I'm gonna back up because that thing's got another gun. Wish this thing would reload just a little. It could reload a little bit faster, I think. Wow, the armor's better on this thing than I thought it was. Not getting as much penetration. It's better than that on the FCM. The thing's got crap armor. It doesn't even have armor. One more shot, we can get the kill. Or I could just hit the ground and yeah, he's gone away. Bastard. Shoot. He's gone. Something's shooting me from over there. I don't know what it is. Oh, come on! Why didn't you lock on the target? Our animals and locals. Same here, with at least one manifest every once in a while. But at least the locals, that's worth catching, even though H82 always uses the same two engines, 5618 and 5802. Not that I'm complaining. Used to have an Operation Lifesaver at one point, and then it got taken away on 17G for work in, I think, Altoona. No, not Altoona. 14G, 17G doesn't go to Conway anymore. I think fursuits are flammable, like most clothing anyway. Lies. I don't know what they were talking about. Ah! See me keyboard. Didn't want to text anymore. You get SD40-2s. I only usually get GP38-2s and -3s, or whatever they think about putting on H84, because H84, it could go either way. It could have newer power, it could have old SD60s, it could have anything. Well, not anymore, because the SD60s are retired. Most of them, at least. At least the two I saw are in storage, like 6711. That was the one I saw like twice. Barely got onto him. It wasn't as fun as I thought it was going to be. Lame. Alright, so I'm gonna try and do a scouting run. Here. Oh, I know what I can do. Does he have kick? No, he just woke up. Crap. Let's just compromise that flank. Around the corner. I gotta get to that KB2 and put some shots into him. Oh, come on! Oh well, that was good. What if CSX sold their F40s? Don't give them an idea! They better not. Think of one more. What? Oh, jeez. Last one, and then I'm gonna go make myself some dinner.
Let's go.
Unless this one sucks, because I want to end on a good note. Keep moving. There we go. I'm surprised this ladder wouldn't fall off. APC227. I know him. Quite a big fan of his channel. Hilarious stuff. Around the corner. Thank you. Oh shoot, they're behind us. This is like World of Tanks game, or any game 101. Let's go flank them on one side. Oh no, they flanked us going the other way. Of course it bounced off. At least he's bouncing me. Alright, there's one down. Got an inch. How do you pen gold user?
We didn't even scratch them.
Really, T-44? Dude! Dude! Move out of his way! He's got no armor! You at least do! Idiot! I hate when teammates do. Ugh. Let's just rush this 44. Come on. Get out of my way! Jesus! Nice. Pillow Weebs NASCAR 221. No idea who that is. Darn it. Oh well, at least we won, so it wasn't entirely bad. I've seen Amtrak's Phase 3 145 once. I've seen it a total of at least 2 to 3 times. Alright, so it's getting late. This has been a pretty good enough stream. I'm gonna end it off now, so thank you for those that decided to stop by and watch the stream. The King's Cross documentary will be coming up tomorrow. Like I said, it's still a work in progress, but I should have it exported by tonight. And well, yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, and well, bye for now.